Another edition of original box sets Shadowrun campaign. Man, I stumbled on that one. Tonight we have with us Jay, who will be playing the stoner punk guy. No, that's wrong. Jay definitely is here, but he's not a stoner. He's just a punk.
Right.
And he also is the rigger. And we also have with us Robin, who will be playing the detective Alan Parsons.
Hey.
And Sarah, who will be playing the street mage.
I'm not a street mage.
Oh, yes.
Technomancer.
Technomancer. Slash hacker. Slash everything.
Slash everything. You know.
And lastly, we've got John, who will be playing Nemo. Wait, is that his name right now? Nemo?
Yes, that's his name. No.
What is your new name?
Oh gosh.
That's right, we've got a new name. I'm sorry. I've got it written down. I took notes from last time.
Good, because...
Donald Decay.
Yes. Donald Decay.
Magic stuff, NPCs. Game notes. Here we go. Donald Decay. Yes. So, notes from last game session. Pencil for this game session. I think I'm all ready. Let's do a quick recap of everything that's been going on. Oh, wait. I apologize. And also, we'll have my wonderful wife, Cassie, here to play Sunny Days. She is leader of the team. Face. And what else is she? Fixer. That's what they're called. She's not the face. She's the fixer. The fixer of the team. The person who goes and gets stuff. Cassie. You say hi.
Oh, hi.
All right. She said hi.
Sorry.
I see her.
All right. Now we can do a recap of last game. Last game session, Donald Decay had his interview with Canard Major, the French-sounding guy from... What company was it?
From Aegis.
That's right, Aegis. And I think you were waiting for confirmation back about, hey, I got the job, right? Or did we already get confirmation back?
So I haven't gotten confirmation that I necessarily, like, officially.
Yeah.
But he did say that he was going to start processing the paperwork, and I told him that if he needed somebody sooner than the paperwork could get pushed through, that I was available for contract work.
That's right. You were putting yourself out there.
Yep. And, so the interview went swimmingly. And then I also had a blast from the past.
Oh, yes. We'll get to that in 1 second.
Yep.
Somebody's not muted. There's a bunch of noise happening.
If you're not talking, mute yourself. Okay, Good enough. You had a blast from the past.
Yes. By the name of Jess.
Oh, that's right. Let me refresh. I can refresh our memory. It was my husband's going off to Vegas with her. My mom took my heart. When do I start winning? Win. And then she left you at the bar, on the barge, to walk into the crowd because she just wants to feel successful, or at least, vindicated in her actions.
She just wants it to be her turn.
Yep.
She wants it to be her turn. I also remember last game session, Trixie and Gears had some run-in with some people at the hospital. Went and sought out doctor to get some help, and it turned into a sticky situation.
Yes.
You guys had to flee the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Because we're both criminals.
You're both criminals, sinless individuals, and now she's
pregnant.
Or at least as far as you guys know, have the little indicators have said so. I mean, they might be wrong.
Yeah. Her thing was pink or whatever it's supposed to be.
Yup. All right. So, did I miss anything
You're
else?
still quiet.
What's that?
You're still quiet. Everybody's
I'm still
loud,
quiet?
So.
I'm-
Do we have like the plugged into the correct USB port?
Yes, the ones on the front are the new ones. I can move the microphone in closer to my face. You want to try this? This is a test. 1, 2, 3, test.
Marginal at best.
Marginal at best. All right, let me see if I can find a function that turns up my microphone. In 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, no, it looks like it's doing fine. I will check my recording levels. Recording. Default device. Nope. Nope, it looks like it's doing just fine too.
Yeah, just put it close to your face.
All right, in my face. Gonna eat the microphone. Did I miss anything else as far as it goes for last game session?
Zoe had a meeting with Sunny and
Yeah.
Trollface.
Well, it wasn't really a meeting. It was more like a casual dinner.
Okay. Were you okay? And it was definitely a casual dinner where you had a chance to catch Sonny up on what's been going on with the team's activity.
Yep. That we were all good. And then she offered me a side job.
Yes, she did. What was that side job?
The side job was to, if she needed to dig up dirt on any of the contacts while she was in Vegas, she would give me a name and I could send out, or I could look up information.
Very cool. Very cool. And what was Alan Parsons up to?
There's like scratching or.
Ellen Parsons was sick that week.
What, out there? No, in my ears, in my headphones.
Okay.
He got the astral flu.
The astral flu.
Yeah.
That's right. You weren't with us on that game session.
Nope. Well, I figure he was blue, glowing, and miserable.
That's funny. I like that. All right. So we're going to start the game session off reaching out. We're going to start off with I'm going to select Zamora. As we all know that Donald is going to be excessively busy at this time as he... Actually, no, better yet. I'm going to start off with like a short bit. It's been at least 2 weeks since your interview. Everybody has been having their own things to do. If you feel there is something that would be tremendously important because I'm making a jump ahead in time, please say so.
I think it's tremendously important that I find a doctor.
Okay. Then let's look for you. How do you intend? Then we'll start with Jay's character. How do you intend to find a doctor?
I guess really the only choice I have is to call my psychologist and ask her if she can recommend me to someone.
Okay.
I mean, other fixers, they wouldn't know stuff like that, would they?
They might. Fixers are generally the people who have contacts with lots of different people, so it's a possibility that Sonny might know a doctor.
Well, I mean, one of my other fixers, like Abdul, should I bother calling him?
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll call Abdul first.
Okay.
Because I know Sonny's busy all the time.
All the time. That plus she charges quite a bit. And you just got your $50,000 and spent it all on a van, so. All right. So you reach out to Abdul, and of course you don't get him, you get an answering machine, so you leave a message with him. And probably within a day, you'll get a text message back from his number with a series of question marks, like 4 or 5 of them.
Is texting safer than calling?
Both of them could be intercepted just as much. Data streams are only as vulnerable as the individual who could intercept them. Most big telecom companies don't read text messages or listen to phone calls. They just store them for up to 60 days, so in case the government wants to dig through your information. And honestly, if there's somebody out there who has the ability and skills to get into your data as it's flying through the matrix.
Okay, I'll text him back and say, I need a doctor. Money is not an issue.
All right. He sends you back a separate phone number.
Does it say anything with that phone number?
No.
Okay. I'll call that number.
All right. When you call it, Abdul answers. He greets you warmly and tells you how he hasn't heard from you in a while and asks you how you've been, but refers to you as cousin.
Hey, Abdul, how you doing, bro?
He says, I'm doing fine. I'm very glad to be speaking with you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little while. You should see my new vehicle. Gotta stop by sometime. We'll take you for a ride.
I don't get down that way very often, cousin. I'm mostly up here working. But I tell you what, if you swing by, I will definitely take a look at it. I can send you address later from other number.
Okay. I was wondering if I could get a referral for a doctor. You know, a good doctor.
Good doctor, right. I imagine right now your fingers are in the air doing the wiggly thing.
They are.
Gears, I will text you over a number to a Dr. Weatherby. She is a good doctor. She can be able to help you. But I ask questions. What kind of help do you need?
This girl I've been seeing, we think that she's pregnant. So I just need to get checked up and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we need to keep things...
Short pause, 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put this here, and then there's this really long cord here. Oh my goodness. Hang on. I got tangled up. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. He goes, a girl.
Yes, and we need to keep things discreet.
Oh, of course, my friend. I'm going to say Dr. Weatherby again. I will get you her number. Reach out to her. I expect you to come by and buy a gallon of milk.
Certainly.
That's his kind of like phrasing way of come by and pay for this bit of information.
Yeah.
Which means you don't really have to go there, but you kind of make a transaction and send him a little bit of cash.
Mm-hmm.
And which means he's talking to you in code. Maybe there's somebody nearby. He doesn't want them to know what he's doing.
Right. Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Okay. So how do you want to respond back as he's like, come by and buy a gallon of milk?
Yeah, I'll be there in a few minutes. Just wait for me.
Okay. I talk to you later, cousin. Bye-bye now.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
And he hangs up on you. All right. How long do you want to wait?
Yeah. I'll send him the money.
How much are you sending him?
How much is that worth?
He didn't say. You didn't ask.
500 seem reasonable?
Sure, you can send him 500. That's 500 for a contact information.
So I don't know the going rates. Is that like normal? Is that low or high? Or I want to do like a little more than average.
Well, for a number and a name, for if it's a decent, you're decent to him. 200, maybe 300 sounds like a really good. 500's like saying, hey, here's money for your trouble, a little extra because I like you, and some hush money to go on top of it. 500 is quite a bit of money for just a name and a number.
Yeah, I'll do 500 then.
All right. You send him 500. He resends back a telephone number and lots of exclamation points afterwards. And it says, 1 million blessings to you.
I'll reply back, thank you.
All right. So do you want to immediately reach out to this Dr. Weatherby?
Yes.
All right. Doesn't take long for her to you to get a hold of, sounds like a technician. She says her name is Angela. And how can she help you today?
I'm looking for Dr. Weatherby.
Angela then responds in a very computer-like manner. Dr. Weatherby is currently seeing a patient. If you'd like to leave a message, I can assist you with that. If you'd like to schedule an appointment, please press 1. If you would like to leave a comment about your last visit, please press 2. If you'd like, and it doles on to like the number 7 in time.
I'll press 1 for an appointment.
Okay. The girl then responds back, oh, great. We're glad that you want to form an appointment. Have you ever seen Dr. Weatherby before?
No.
You said no. Is that correct?
Yes.
You said yes. Let's make a file on you. What kind of information does Dr. Weatherby need to know about you and the appointment you'll be making?
It's an appointment for...
You stopped talking. Are you still there? Hello?
What type of information do you need?
Well, are you male or female? Do you have an injury?
The patient will be female, and we want to get her tested for pregnancy.
Of course. I will schedule you one. We have an appointment today, 2:35 p.m. That's our earliest appointment. Would that be okay? Or do you need something a little later?
No, that is fine.
Great. What name should we use?
Sam Clemens.
Today at 2:35 p.m., Sam Clemens has an appointment with Dr. Weatherby. And then Angela pops back in and says, this is great. We've got you a scheduled appointment. What address should we meet you at? Is not an address I have listed in my files.
Out of character. So does that mean she doesn't have an office?
That's a possibility. This automated system is asking for an address to meet you at. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. You asked for a discreet
I'll
doctor
give her-
from Abdul, so I mean, he's giving you a discreet
Yeah.
doctor as far as he knows.
Yeah, I'll give her the address to my place at the Red Mountains.
Okay. You hear Angela's voice come in. Ooh, that's in a restricted zone for the doctor's current patient area. If there's a possibility of another address outside that location, please go ahead.
Where would you like me to meet you?
I'm sorry, that's not an address listed in the files.
0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
You're trying to get past this damn machine. All right. Go ahead and make a logic plus computer roll to try to dodge through the machine's computer logic to get to an actual person.
5 and 6. So I didn't set my rolling up yet. Let's see, greater than 5. Roll. 2 successes.
You only needed 1, and out of 11 dice, you only got 2 successes. It is frustrating. At some point, Angela, even when you thought you were just there, comes back and says, "Welcome back to the main menu." And you're like, "Grr." You hit 0 one more time, and then all of a sudden, it starts to ring. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee. You hear a voice pick up. Sounds female, a little bit older, and she says, "Hello? Who's this?"
This is Mr. Sam Clemens. I need to make an appointment, but I'm having trouble determining where we should meet for the appointment.
Mr. Clemens, I can see that the file hasn't been finished. And so you need a location?
I tried to give one, but they said it was outside your area.
I see. Why don't you go ahead and give me the address again, and I'll tell you what I can do for you.
I'll give her the address.
All right. I can get there, but I'm going to charge you an extra $500 just for showing up at some place like that. I'm going to have to probably go through at least one roadblock, unless you can give me some level of insurance that there's not going to be any problems.
I'll tell her the area that I've gotten off. I don't know, that I've got blocked off
Yes.
with my turrets and stuff.
Yeah.
That area should be safe. There should be no roadblocks.
All right. Well, I have a video cam on the front of my van. If I hit a roadblock, I'm charging you $500. If I hit 2, it's going up to $1,000. And after 2, I'm not going through anymore. I can.
Okay.
I'm making an effort, and I'm talking in a gravelly voice, not because she's an old woman. I'm trying to synthesize the sound of some sort of vocal modulator, so you can tell that she's got her voice covered at the same time. I'll be there around 2:30, and it's going to be a large white and blue EMS van.
Okay. That sounds great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
She doesn't say anything else. It just ends. All right. So, do you have anything you want to do between now and then? Tell your girlfriend, hey, we're going to go meet up with a doctor. Have a doctor come here. You're going to just surprise. There's a doctor coming.
Yeah, I'll let her know what's going on.
Okay, good. You're a good person. Well, emotionally, she's happy at the thought to get a doctor's opinion and a next step on what to do. So she doesn't turn it down, but you get the feeling that she had completely forgot about the whole pregnancy thing until you brought it back up.
Does she look sad?
Yeah.
I'll console her.
Okay. Well, with a charisma score of what, 1?
No. 3.
3. Oh, you must have been improving it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, good. So you at least don't say anything too inappropriate. You console her. She feels a little bit better. Time's going to move forward to this doctor's appointment. I need you to roll. I'm going to get you to do it. 10 dice for me.
10d6.
10d6. You're rolling a skill roll.
4
Excellent.
successes.
I don't know if I'll beat that, but we'll try. Nope, only got 3. You're consoling her. There's a beeping sound coming from Tracy. And then Tracy alerts you on your phone.
I'll check it. What's it say?
Someone ran a tracing program on the phone you were just using, and she's showing that the number links between another number and your phone. Like somebody just recently traced your line.
Damn it. I'm gonna pop the batteries out of my phone.
Okay. That's fine. Tracy is right now working on figuring out where it came from.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Do you want to assist her?
Yeah, I'll assist her.
All right. You get to make a computer plus logic roll, and those extra dice will add to the 10 that she gets. If yours is better, we'll go with yours, and you and her can both roll. She can roll, you can roll. She's got 10 dice. You've got, what, 11?
Yeah, 3 dice.
All
I got
right,
3
so-
successes.
So now you're adding 3 dice to her 10. So she's going to roll 13 dice. You can roll for her. I'm not rolling for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
13 dice. 2 successes.
All right, we should have got her to aid you instead. But 2 successes is more than enough. The line traces back to a number. The number is located with a location, and that location is on the move right now. And while you're in like AR checking this out, you see another one of the numbers that are located on an object nearby was the phone number you just called for that doctor. You see there's like 5 active numbers or devices with phone numbers on them.
So there's 5 different people trying to hack me?
No, there's only one of the numbers. No one hacked you. Someone put marks on your system and followed you back.
Okay, but it came from the doctor.
It's you assume because it's moving and the doctor's number's there, and one of the icon does look like a medical prescription bottle and the letter W.
Okay,
And unless Wario became a doctor.
right. Okay, that's fine then. I gotta work on getting a better firewall on this.
Yeah, you do. Your phone's the device rating, what, 2?
3, I think.
3?
Let me see. I'll check them.
Because I got a 2 written down here. If you've got a different one, we need to fix that in my notes. All right. So you're going to wait till the time. We're going to fast forward to the doctor gets here. And she's going to be driving a blue and white EMS van. She's not an old, scraggly woman. She's actually probably in her 30s. Well built for her profession. So she definitely, keeps herself healthy. When she comes out of the van, when the van pulls up, she's wearing a light tactical vest.
I'll meet her halfway and show her into the house and thank her. Do you want anything to drink?
No.
Something, a snack or
No.
anything?
She
Okay.
smiles to you and says, Mr. Clemens, I'm not here for a social call. She looks back to her van, and without speaking or doing anything, the van immediately goes into a lockdown where the doors lock and covers go over the window. A self-defense mechanism for keeping your car safe in the Redmonds, So she turns back and says, I'm sorry, I'm not here for a social call, but thank you. I hit
No
one
problem.
roadblock on my way in, by the way.
I understand. That's fine. I'll pay whatever the price is. And I can assure you, you're completely safe here. And your vehicle.
She'll give a
And
nod.
I'll point up to the turrets.
She'll nod toward them. Nice. So you called me out here to do a pregnancy test?
Well, we need to find out all we can. Sometimes they're wrong. We need to know what to expect. I need to get the whole process going for if she's going to have a baby. Let's get the process started. She's got to do her.
She raises an eyebrow, looks you up and down. Do you think this is an appropriate neighborhood, or you yourself are ready for such a thing?
I don't know. I have no idea.
She walks to the door. She walks with you to the door as you guys are talking, and she.
But it really isn't up to me. So.
She goes, "Oh, I understand." She digs into her bag as you get close to the door, and she pulls out what looks like a small plastic, weird-shaped gun that doesn't have a nozzle on it, but some sort of strange-looking tip.
Okay. I'll let her in and show her to Trixie.
All right, you guys walk up to the second floor of the burnt-out warehouse. The doctor seems to be mostly paying attention to the surroundings. And she even she openly says, "Oh, this place is perfect for a small child to be running around."
Do you want to sense sarcasm?
Oh, yeah. Either sarcasm or this woman has no bedside manners. In your head, for your rigging device, your car, Tracy, lets you know that she figured out that this doctor is the one that put a trace and burn on you and has set her risk factor just barely under 1. So if this doctor steps out of line, Tracy's going to run her ass over. Or something worse.
Thanks a lot, Tracy, for telling me something I already do.
So you and the doctor walk up to the second floor. Trixie smiles and greets her. She's dressed somewhat nicely in some of her cleaner clothes and shakes the doctor's hand. The doctor asks her a couple of questions and comes and sits down onto the furniture. You guys sitting up there and starts asking her questions about how she feels, how long has she known, how has she, what questions like, have you noticed any changes in yourself? And, they start talking about the missed period and stuff like that and how she doesn't feel bad, but then, Trixie goes over and starts talking about the implant that she has that's supposed to help protect her from getting pregnant. And the doctor nods and says complications can happen. And then reaches over to Trixie and says, "I need to take your vitals real quick." And presses it up to her wrist and then up to behind her ear. Takes a look, says, "Your temperature's fine. No chance for infections. It looks like your white cell count is normal for a woman who might be pregnant." Just by pressing this device into her arm and behind her earlobe. The doctor then reaches into her bag and pulls out this cool-looking box thing that has a hook and then a little cup to one end. And she says, "If you would be so kind to provide me with a urine sample, I'll run some quick tests and give you some more information." Looks like you just lost a bit on your... What?
I'll grab it and say, "Okay, no problem."
She turns to you and says, "I'm sorry, the test isn't for you."
Oh, sorry.
And the doctor won't smile, but Trixie will. She'll kind of give a chuckle, saying, it's not me. It's not you, it's me. Trixie snatches it back from you and then heads downstairs to go get a sample. The doctor looks around at the place. She hasn't said anything after Trixie leaves. She's just sitting quietly.
Just to let you know, I've got the place clean and shiny.
Yes. I know you've made an effort to clean this place up. It was terrible beforehand. But that doesn't change the fact that you're in a rundown cannery that's got third-hand furniture in it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. The oven has a microwave stuck in it.
Yeah.
So, at some point, the doctor looks over at the couch she's sitting on and then sits up a little bit, brushes her backside off, pulls a cloth out of her bag, lays it onto the couch, and then sits back down, pulls out some sanitary wipes, begins wiping her hands, and then sticking the wipes into a small plastic tube that reads samples on the side.
Okay.
Trixie comes back with the device, and a bit of shock. She says, "It started beeping at me," and the woman says, "Oh." The doctor says, "Oh, then it's done already."
Well, what's it say? What's it say?
Excitingly, Trixie comes over and she hands it to you, and on the small digital display, it reads out, "You're pregnant."
Okay, then.
The doctor will come over and give a confirmation. She thumbs through the necessary bits of information that follows the statement. Trixie starts tearing up at this point in time. The doctor looks at it and walks over, opens her case more, and pulls out a computer and plugs it in and starts banging away on some virtual reality keys that float in front of her. Trixie pulls close to you and she says, with maybe it's concern or fear or something, she goes, "I don't understand. I don't understand. How could this happen?"
Well, you see, what happened is I went like this, and you went like this, and I went like, and that's how it happened.
She hits you playfully and says, "I know that."
I don't know, sweetie. We'll figure this out. We'll get through it.
The doctor says your white cell count, normal. Blood cell count, normal. Protein count is a little low. I think you need to be eating a bit more meat, as well as red meat. Your iron count is a little off. I don't want you to have any misconceptions. What's that? Misconceptions about this. You need to be taking good care of yourself. She pulls out the tube that she stuck the wipes into and says, "This couch has traces of some very terrible chemicals on it, and I would like you to avoid using any kind of narcotics until after the pregnancy is over." She literally wiped the couch and ran the drugs right there, screening for narcotics. I mean, this is a third-hand couch. You don't know what's been on.
Right. And didn't John and the lady he rescued, didn't they do something on my couch?
No, he was a little bit more reserved than that.
Okay.
So the doctor tells her no narcotics, avoid drinking if you smoke, cut back on smoking, or at least just stop. Think about prenatal vitamins. And of most, if you still have that device implanted, you're going to need to schedule to have it removed. It will complicate everything.
Okay, I would like to get that scheduled to be removed.
She says, "I don't do surgeries." Well, actually, she'll say, "I don't do house call for surgeries like that, so I would have to get something set up." I'm more than happy with assisting with this. And Trixie pops up, and then she's like, "Wait a minute. What if I don't want it?"
Okay. Is that what you want to do?
Well, that's why I got the device, so that I wouldn't have this happen. The doctor nods. "Okay. Based upon the information provided to me by the machine, I have your solution right here." She leans in, pushes a little blue button on the side of a device. It makes some whirring noise. Sounds like a series of clinking. A small orange bottle pops out. The doctor punches some more buttons in AR. There's a sound of a tiny printer, and she pulls out a bottle. And she pulls out this little orange bottle with a label on it, and it says Sam Clemens on it. And she says, "There are a total of 4 doses in here. You begin taking them now with every meal until it's gone. Drink plenty of water. Make sure to eat well. After the last pill, it's over." Trixie kind of nods and smiles, and reaches out for the bottle. Do you say or do anything?
No.
All right. The two of them exchange the bottle, and she says, "If you feel any of the following side effects, make sure to stop immediately." She produces a small pamphlet and hands it to her. And she says, do not take any narcotics between now and the first pill. And if you've taken any narcotics recently, or alcohol, or smoking, please wait at least 12 to 24 hours before taking the first pill. The doctor smiles and says, Mr. Clemens, is there anything else that you need from me? Mrs. Clemens?
It's really up to her.
She'll turn to Trixie. Trixie looks to the doctor. No, this is fine. How much do we owe you? And the doctor responds, with the visit and the requirement to get here and these pills, 800 yen.
Okay. Do you want that sent through cred stick?
I will take a cred stick if you have one that's unmarked.
Yeah, I have one, and I'm gonna put 1,000 on it.
Okay. She takes it, and as she picks it from you, you can tell that she immediately scans it, so she might have either a deck nearby or a rigging device or something allows her to see. Because she seems to be technical, suave. C'est technical, suave. She looks at it, she smiles. Thank you, Mr. Clements. If you need me, do not contact me at that last number. We are now on a more appropriate basis. She will reach into her pocket, pull out a tiny piece of cardboard, white, laminated on one side, with a bunch of script.
I'm sorry, she gave me a board?
Yes, a card. Her card.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
The card says on it, Weatherby, but you notice that it has an RFID tag in it.
Okay.
So, like, you can scan it, and it's going to be filled with more information. All right. She thanks you, too, and then she's going to be heading out. She says do you want to see her out or let her walk out on her own?
Yeah, I'll walk her out.
Okay. As you get to the door, she will tell you quietly, if you run into any complications, contact me through the number on the card.
Okay, thank you.
She walks toward the door. She turns back and she says, any complications?
Absolutely.
And then she leaves.
Okay. I'll walk back in. I'm going to go sit by Tracy, point at the bottle, and ask her, is that what you want to do?
All right, the car revs a couple of times.
Trixie, sorry.
The car does not have a pregnancy issue, nor does it want to take any pills. She'll nod yes, and she'll say, I took some stuff last night, so maybe at dinner. I can start at dinner.
Okay. And I'm going to keep my eye on her. I want to make sure she's following all the directions.
Sure, not a problem. I mean, you are a chemist, so, I mean,
Right.
following the instructions is important. All right. So we're going to let you go there. You guys are going to maybe go out to dinner or something. There's a taco bus up the way.
Sure.
Okay. And now we're going to fast forward 2 weeks. Unless there's something else. No?
Did she take the pills?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Thank God.
Yes. All right. After the interview, it takes about 2 weeks before. Oh man, hang on. I made a note of this. I guess I didn't. What was the name of the little program that you put into that's supposed to call you? What was the program's name?
It was something cute.
Yeah, it was like Panda or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Remember, Zoe?
Teddy bear.
Nope. Oh, yeah, you called it teddy bear.
All right. Well, anyways, Teddy Bear reaches out to you after about 2 weeks and lets you know that it has successfully gotten them to remove all candidates except for Donald. And
Excellent.
the other function for Teddy Bear was to inform you in which Donald's resume had moved on to the hiring office. And so, 2 weeks sometime after the interview, Teddy Bear reaches out to you to let you know that that's taken place.
Excellent.
Do you want to wait to hear anything back, or do you want to reach out and let Nemo know? How do you want to go from here after Teddy Bear's information?
I would probably send him a text.
Yeah, just to let me know to be on the lookout for a phone call from a strange number.
I'll just say, make sure you're available.
All right.
Is that all the context you give me?
Yep.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yep. You gotta learn how to read Zoe.
I assume your cat is trying to set up another shower video appointment.
That wasn't my cat, but that's fine.
It was your cat that did that.
No. Whatever.
All right. So, maybe half an hour after she sends you that strange message, your phone starts to ring from an unknown number. But the number is listed. No, it's not unknown. It'd probably be listed as Aegis Safeguard Securities.
Okay. So I'll answer. This is Donald Duque.
Hello, Mr. Duque. This is Mr. Meger.
Oh, Major. It's good to speak with you again.
Oui, I have some rather good news. You have seen your way through from a first interview to not a second interview, but we are opening the position for you at Aegis Safeguard Securities as a level 3 security guard. We have the position becoming available this coming Wednesday of next week, which is the 22nd. If you are interested in taking this position, I would like you to arrive at Aegis Safeguard Securities facility in downtown Seattle around 7:30 a.m. I will be sending you an email revolving around all of this information.
Excellent. Absolutely. I look forward to your email with the details.
Excellent. I am very glad to hear that. Please let us know either by giving us a call back of acceptance or by responding via the email. There is also some paperwork at which you need to fill out in the email.
Excellent. I will. I'll read it over and sign where needed.
All right, Mr. Ducois. Thank you very much, and we will speak with you very soon.
And you. Au revoir.
Bye-bye. All right. You get off you hear him hang up, but the line doesn't actually go dead. It's like, no, you know the dial tone when you hear that? Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Hey, good job.
Zoe?
Yeah. Of course it's me.
Oh, that's right. You listen to all the calls on the phone.
Yeah.
Probably even when there aren't calls happening.
No, God, you're so paranoid.
I can't hear you. I'm driving through a tunnel. Oh, gosh. Bye.
I know you're not.
Click.
All right.
And I do a little happy dance that I got the job. Obviously, I was the best candidate.
Obviously.
You certainly were.
Yep.
All right. So
we're
we're moving to Zoe. All right. So as Donald has gone off to do his thing. We're going to focus in on Zoe for a minute. You get off the phone with him, and Teddy Bear calls you back via Messenger and says, "What now?" Because Teddy Bear is a program that you wrote, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Teddy Bear has no... Wait, did you program... Yeah, so you programmed the contact. So Teddy Bear's like, "I'm done."
Yep.
Did you give him some sort of protocol of what to do after finishing?
Yeah. Delete yourself and your trail.
All right. Delete myself and then my trail. Got it.
It should have been deleting its trail through the, like, as it went.
Uh-huh.
But now it can just, like, delete the final remnants of
All
itself.
right. Make a computer plus logic roll.
Oh, yay.
That's you.
Yeah. This is the role to convince your program to suicide itself.
That
It'll
is
be fine.
correct.
Bruh. Oh, I up. And 2 for me.
She's mathing.
Yeah, sorry, I'm mathing. Because I upped some stuff.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. 3, 6, that many. That many. That's 3. That's 4. Ow. So 4.
4 successes. All right. Teddy Bear gives you the necessary information, tells you that it's complete, and you, after sending the message, "Okay, finish up your last task," you will not know whether Teddy Bear succeeded or failed because there is no contact back, which is, I don't know, good thing, bad thing, whether he succeeded clearing up his mess and killing himself.
Cool.
All right. So you got that taken care of. Zoe, everything's going good. You guys have got your man in. What else needs to be done? What are you going to do now? You just won the Super Bowl. What's next?
I'm going to start reaching out to the other team members. Specifically, I'm going to start with Jay. Sorry, Gears.
Uh-huh.
But, he's gone. So I'll
All right,
reach
so,
out
no,
to
you reach
Alan.
out to him, and there's no message, no answer.
Okay.
Because he's away
Actually,
from
there
his
is an
computer.
what?
Go ahead.
There is an answer. Because Alan's been at home getting over the astral flu. I'm going with that.
Oh, okay. No, I was referring to there's no answer when she calls Gears. Because he's away from his
Gears.
computer.
Yeah.
Called Alan.
Yeah, so since I don't get a any message from Gears, I'll send him a text saying, "Hey, call me back," and then move on to Alan.
Okay.
The phone picks up quickly with a hello. Sorry about that.
Are you okay?
Just getting over a touch of sickness.
Oh.
And
Well.
was probably leaning a bit too far over when I went to get the phone.
Do you need anything? I can stop by. I can bring you soup. I know this great place downtown that makes the best soup.
That would be appreciated. Everything in my kitchen, I think, is now stale.
Okay. Well then, send me your address and I'll be over in half an hour.
Sounds good. I'll be in the living room. He puts the phone down and you can hear it. Sounds of someone very clumsily getting up and a sound and thump, thump, as someone's walking outside, and then, oh, picks up the sorry, hangs up.
Okay. So, I will, I guess, call like an Uber or something, and stop by the downtown deli that I know makes the best faux chicken noodle soup, and maybe like some bread and like the little oil dipping stuff that's delicious.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, an address in Tacoma finally comes through.
Yeah, and then I will start heading out to Tacoma to meet up with Alan.
Okay.
At his house
Did
that
you
I've
get
never
a
been to.
driver or driverless Uber?
Driverless.
Okay. They generally arrive on time. When it says be there at 2:13, it'll be there at 2:12 waiting for you. You know, they're very punctual. They also drive the speed limit and sometimes 2 to 3 miles underneath it, so they drive slower. But, you know, you get what you get. All right. It doesn't take you long to get from... No, it does take you long to get from where you're at in downtown with the driver's Uber onto the highway. It's a torrential downpour in downtown that follows you all the way down to Tacoma. And when... All right, let's see. I gotta do my weather roll. 3 and a 5. Yeah, it goes from like a torrential downpour to a drencher when you get to Tacoma. It is nice. The wind's blowing the rain in all directions, including up from the street. It's pretty crazy. The car comes on and says that due to severe weather patterns, is now required to drive at less than 50% the speed limit.
I mean, I'm not in a hurry.
Right, I know. It's just, you know, I'm trying to showcase the technology of the time.
Absolutely. I love it.
All right. The Uber drives up, passes through one of Kagame's checkpoints, easily sliding through as it checks the driver's information or the car's information out and scans you. What ID are you currently running?
Laura Norris.
Okay. And does Miss Norris have at least a level 2 or above?
Yeah, she's 4, okay. I believe.
All right. So, yeah, no problems. You arrive in Tacoma, and bam, doesn't take you too long till you arrive at a series of apartment buildings that are probably about 3 stories high. They look like upper, lower management-style apartments. There's a couple of kids out playing underneath the downpour from a gutter, and looks like there's a carjacking going on across the street.
What?
And then around the corner at a Dunkin' Donuts, there's like 4 Kagami police officers getting donuts.
Oh, that's nice.
The Uber
Yeah.
The Uber pulls up and parks on the street corner, about 15 to 20 feet away from you. Sorry, 6 meters away from the side of the car. You see the little overhang which goes into Alan's apartment complex. There's a collection of young, tough-looking men, human, orc, and one dwarf. They're all hanging out in the overhang. It looks like they've got a small grill cooking. They don't look like very friendly individuals. And one of them currently looks like he might be field stripping a gun or some type. They all got gang markings on them.
What kind of gang?
All right, make gang identification.
I don't have that.
Well, they
What
look
is
like.
that?
Well, then you don't know, so they look like gang members because they have tattoos.
Okay. I will text Alan to come down and greet me at the door.
All right. They're going to make a perception check to see if they notice you. Heck yes, they do. All right. Alan, you receive meow, 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 text message, text message.
Read it. It only takes me 2 tries to get it up.
Yeah.
My fingers aren't quite in working
With the
order.
flu kicking so hard right now, everything, even electronically digital screens, not AR, are still giving you hell. You read it, and it's a message from Zoe saying, come down and get me.
Well, I get up, make my way up the stairs to my basement, from my basement apartment, and open the door.
All right. As you begin heading up, it is a bit of an overhang, so you're not getting torrential downpour of rain on top of you. So that's a plus. As you get to the top of the stairs, you see Mr. Espinosa and his 2 brothers out with a couple of their friends. They look like they're grilling outside in the rain. You only know them casually.
Yeah. Are they in fact gang members? Because I do have gang identification.
They're not in a gang. They run a tattoo.
They're just,
they run a tattoo parlor.
They're just tough. I was going to nod at them, make my way, leaning on my collapsible staff that I'm using, because the world is on a bit of a turntable right now.
All right. You walk over to the Uber, and I guess at this point in time, seeing Alan, do you want to do something?
Yeah, I will, open the door, stick out the umbrella, pop it open, and, step out.
All right.
You shouldn't have to worry about getting this. It only affects magic users.
Oh, I wasn't worried.
All right. There is a large collection of calling from the guys who are currently grilling out. Either your characters speak Spanish?
Nope.
Then you are unsure, but whatever it involves a lot of whispering and, hey, Miss Lady.
Directed at Alan.
I don't bother. I'd give a glare, but right now I'm pretty sure my glare would not come out as be careful or I'll kill you. It'd come out be careful or I'm going to sneeze on you.
Right.
I will be cordial because obviously they're catcalling at me because I'm beautiful. But I
the peanut gallery.
What'd she say?
I'm not going to repeat it.
Rude.
And Ellen's skin is like a greeny blue.
Woo!
That
Okay.
clashes with. It's fake. It's a fake greeny blue, but it clashes with his eye color, his gray eyes, horribly.
So you guys make your way in out of the rain. The downstairs apartment is rather cozy. Has a bit of a funky smell to it, though, that you pick up on very quickly. And then you remember it. Unwashed dishes, unwashed clothes, food sitting out, stale.
Gross. Okay.
I apologize. I haven't been able to clean.
No, it's fine. Seriously. Go sit down. So I'll make Alan comfortable.
Okay.
If you have one of those little TV tray things, I'll set that up and start setting out the food. And then I'm going to wash the dishes.
Okay.
And pile up your clothes.
as you make him comfortable and wander around the house, you have no idea what this magic thing that he's talking about means. But as you get into the kitchen, you find a collection of broken plates laying on the ground, smashed and bashed, and a large burnt mark along one wall. It looks like some sort of minor explosion went off.
I've also got something. Alan, I think, has like a portable mat that he uses for ritual work,
Right.
and he's been sleeping under it.
Oh, so that's up on the
Astral
couch
flu,
too.
So it's stopping himself from projecting
Yeah.
out of his body while he's asleep.
Oh, of course.
Oh my
No, I love it. I like it. I like it. Somebody
Yeah.
write that down. A mat that helps keep you from astral projecting. It's probably got dirt in it or something. Like
Oh, he's going to have to do a thorough cleansing on it. 'cause-
probably so. All
Yeah.
right. So you clean the house. I'm gonna enjoy this for just a little bit longer. You clean the house. You do some laundry. I'm assuming the apartment you rented, is it low lifestyle?
Low, yeah.
Low? So the laundromat isn't in here. You'll have to walk down the walkway past the gang members to go wash laundry.
That's fine.
All right. You'll have to endure more harassing comments.
More catcalling.
Yes.
That's fine.
And you do gain the desire to learn Spanish to find out exactly what they're referring to you as.
I can't like Google that.
I'm pretty sure you
Or-
can voice recognition that.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so you're going to turn your deck on? Because you'll hear
Well-
it, and if your deck's back at Alan's place, it'll translate it for you as you go.
Okay, that works.
All right. I'm assuming you can buy like at least one success real quick, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, so as you pass by, they call out, "Hey, pretty lady," stuff like that. But they also sit there and talk rude gestures about how they like the shape of your thighs and what they would like to do with them. Then they laugh about that. And on your way back from the laundromat, they ooh and ah and make kind of like a coughing to one another, hitting onto one of the younger ones, and he just says hi, and they laugh at him and punch him a few times.
So whenever they start talking about what they would like to do with my thighs, I will turn around after I Google, "Do you kiss your mother with that mouth?" But in Spanish.
I'll have to make. Since you don't know Spanish, I'm going to make you make a logic roll with at default,
Okay.
so that you at least sound reasonable.
Reasonable. 3 successes.
Awesome.
You
You
got a 6 logic?
I do, in fact, have a 6 logic.
Oh my gosh.
she's smarty pants. All right, I'm gonna mark down a karma for that. That was fun.
Yes.
You find the only other thing during the whole event of cleaning Alan's place, which doesn't take too long, is the wad of tissues in the garbage can seem to glow slightly and move on their own. Past that and doing the laundry, the young toughs outside have disappeared at some point, so it becomes easier. You spend at least an hour and a half there as you're doing so. And in that time, Gears, you received a text message from Zoe saying, "Call me back when you get a chance." You and Tracy were probably off. You and Trixie were off doing something, or maybe you're joyriding with Tracy and didn't notice it. But while you were away from your computer a minute ago, we were going to inject you into the game, but you were gone. So now we're injecting you.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll call her back.
All right.
Hey, Zoe. What's up?
Hey, Gears. Hey, can I call you back in a little bit? I'm kind of over with Alan right now. But I need to either meet you somewhere later on, maybe for dinner.
Yeah, that's fine.
We got some stuff that we have to go over.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be there.
I will send you a time and place.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All
Okay,
right.
bye.
Alan's been kind of zoned on. When you came back from the laundry, just find Alan sitting on the couch, wrapped up in what you think is a blanket, just sort of zoned. And but when you start talking to Gears, he sort of shakes up. Oh, sorry. What did you need to talk about?
Oh, excellent. So as I kind of talk, I'll start making some tea. I guess from whatever I can find, kind of up in the cupboard.
Yeah.
It looks like someone tried to make tea with ground cinnamon and chili powder at some point.
I mean, I guess that could be delicious.
And you maybe bay leaves? You can't tell.
Oh my god. Bay leaf tea.
Bay leaf tea?
With cinnamon and pepper.
Oh my god.
Were you kind of trying to expel a demon?
Pepper.
I mean, it is for protection. For those herbs. Anyway.
He was extremely incoherent at the time he was trying to do this.
He thought it was tea leaves. It's fine. But I grabbed the proper tea, and I do mix in a little bit of cinnamon because cinnamon in tea is absolutely delicious anyway. And it helps the sinuses a little bit. So I will make tea, sit down. So if you're feeling up to it, I just wanted to give you an update on what's going on. Donald, Nemo, whatever his name is now, got the job. He's in Aegis. So what I'm going to need you to do is find out all you can about Madame Van Zant. What cars she drives, where she likes to go, any information that you can dig up on her at all.
It's probably going to take me another week to get over this, but as soon as that's done, I'll get right on it.
Of course. I mean, as much as possible, it's going to take him a little time to get adjusted to his new job and get in there. So, you know, it should give you enough time to get over whatever this is. Your snot rags are kind of glowing and moving. It's weird. It's okay. I threw them out.
Thank you. Where are they actually? They need to be burned.
I kind of assumed that. There's a small trash can fire on the other side of the road.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He reaches out, and that's when you start seeing the magical symbol on what you thought was a blanket.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
I'm sure it's actually a fairly common practitioner's ailment. Its common name is astral flu. It's disgusting, but if you take the proper precautions, you get over it.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yes. It's only dangerous if you don't do the right things.
Well,
otherwise it's just
everything. Your apartment is clean now, and I changed your sheets and washed them. Clean towels. Your clothes have been folded. I don't know where they go, so I didn't put them up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just Susie Homemaker right now. If only I could do this to my own apartment. Anyway.
Well, it doesn't hurt that before Alan got too sick to do that stuff. It was clean to start. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a week of
accumulation.
Yeah. But everything should be good. Do you need anything else before I head out? Do you just...
I hand her my phone. It's like, please put in an order for some food delivery. I normally do it myself, pick it up, do it in person, but I can't go out like this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I will actually schedule and pay for 3 days of successive food delivery for Alan, just to make sure that he gets food.
That's wonderful.
Thank you. He'll back in to the couch.
Yep. I'll get a nice clean blanket for him and put it down, and I change the pillowcases. So
A nice,
I'll kind
clean,
of
new, fresh blanket.
Yep.
Awesome. Tuck him in so that he can get some good rest before you head out, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, Alan's going to go ahead and get started on that work because as you're about to leave, Alan goes to say goodbye, and then a terrible sneeze comes on, and then magically Alan passes out.
Ooh.
You are now in astral space. God damn it, she moved the blanket off you. But she has no idea. It looks like you just fell asleep wonderfully after that terrible sneeze.
Start swearing in Gaelic and traveler. Can't.
All right. Did you want to take advantage of this moment in time now that you've got pushed into astral space to start working, or did you want to try to get back into your body so that you're not too fatigued in a week?
Yeah, get back into my body, because the thing about astral flu is that it's completely. If I sneeze again, I could end up in a cat or something completely
Worse.
Something else.
Yeah, they made movies about this back in the 80s. It was supposed to be like a joke. It wasn't a joke. Those poor people.
Yeah. So it's best that I try and get back in my body now, rearrange my protective
Blanky.
blanket so
All right.
that it doesn't happen again, and then go to sleep.
All right. Zamora, Alan, after being tucked in, gives out a ferocious sneeze and then passes right out. That looked like it knocked the wind out of him.
And I'm gonna go. And, well, I'll call an Uber. I would have called an Uber before,
Of course.
like, tucking him and everything. So, it would be up there waiting, and I lock the door behind me as I close it gently.
Okay.
The door's
I
new,
make
by
sure-
the way.
Huh?
The door's newer than the apartment, but much newer than the apartment, by the way.
That's odd. Okay. And then I'll make sure I set alarms for the food delivery, not AR alarms, but just little like alarms on his for the food delivery times, just so he knows like 25 minutes before it's supposed to get there.
Of course, that way, he's on top of things. All right.
Exactly.
Now where to, Zo?
Well, depending on what time it is.
It can be
Probably-
any time you need it to be.
Excellent. So I'll say it's closer to dinner time, so we can just zoom on right over to where I can meet Gears.
It's one of those fancy salad places, right?
I've grown accustomed to meat because I spend most of my time on the reservation where they hunt. So that's why I have bear meat in my refrigerator. Because my mother-in-law drops it off. Anyway. Probably sushi. Seems appropriate. Take a little stop off from eating red meat all the time.
Sure.
So I'll send that information over to Gears Sushi Place, kind of sort of downtown. We'll say 6:30. Yeah.
I'll text her back. Okay.
I put all this time into thinking about where to go for dinner, and all he wrote text back is okay. Whatever.
You're just working with him. You're not dating him.
I know.
So, yeah. Let it go. Let it go. All right. So we'll assume that we can move forward to you guys having your evening appointment.
Corner booth in the very back. Make sure, it's kind of away from people. It's loud.
Mhm.
It's crowded.
Mhm.
People can't hear.
Right.
Okay. Sitting at the table in the back. Wait, just waiting.
Yeah. What are we waiting on?
I was waiting for you to show up.
Oh,
You do.
yeah,
I
saw-
arrived.
You need to
I'm
do
there.
your character
I
description.
would have been there on time. I would have taken Tracy. That's
For
it.
the
yeah.
audience,
I walked
Tracy
in,
is the name of his car.
Right. And she's a living car, so that's why she's named. So yeah, I pull in. I'm not like speeding or anything. I'm not pulling fishtails into the parking lot or anything like I normally do. I'm just all business. And I walk in and I sit down.
Does anywhere? Do you look for me?
I look for you and I sit down. No, I just go to the bar and order a drink.
All right.
You can find me.
So as you're sitting at the bar waiting for him to show up, you kind of like doing stuff on your phone, and then you look, just catch a glance of an icon that it has Gears' phone number attached to it outside, and then it comes into the building. So you're like, oh hey, because you're an AR, I'm assuming. I always assume that you're an AR and Alan isn't.
Yes.
And so you see his phone number come in. You're waiting. You see it walk in, talk to the maitre d', do its thing. Then it starts looking headed towards you, then takes a turn, and then stops. And it's just that phone number sitting over there.
I go sit next to her. Oh my god.
I'm having fun with you. All right, so
I
you
know.
guys get together, have a seat, do your conversation. What's going on?
Okay.
So what's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to let you know the good news. Donald got a job.
Excellent.
Our wonderful friend Donald. So Donnie's starting work here very shortly. So we got a few things that you and I need to work on. Like the big present.
Okay.
Fireworks, I think. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm always down for some explosions.
Celebration explosions.
Yes.
It'll be great. Can I order you something? Do you want some food?
Yeah, I'll get some sushi. I got it.
Okay.
And maybe let's see, some sushi and a bowl. Is it a Japanese sushi shop or is it like an all-included sushi shop?
I don't know. I would say it's just kind of like generic. You can get a bunch of rolls, or you can get, yeah. I guess it has like hibachi if you want noodles, if that's your thing.
Yeah, I'll get some noodles and some sushi.
Do I know about your lady friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know that she was pregnant.
Right. And that I'm gonna ask like how she's doing. How's your lady friend? How are things going back at the old homestead?
Back at Gearstown. She's doing great.
Gearstown.
Yes.
Excellent.
How about you? How are you and the hubby doing?
Oh, we're doing great.
Good.
I should probably check in on him. That reminds me. Hold please, and then I'll text you. And say, this will be a side thing. I'll say, hey, how you doing? How are things?
Right.
What's up?
We'll deal with that
Anyway.
later.
Yeah. I'm such a good wife. Yeah, everything's great. I also talked to our friend Alan.
Uh-huh.
That was awesome. He is sick. He's got some sort of thing happening.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's gross.
Huh.
Real gross.
Like, details.
Oh, Glowing snot. That move.
Ugh,
Yeah, it's real
that's
nasty.
not good.
And he sneezed, like, before I left, I was just over there, like, I was checking on him, brought him some soup. He sneezed and then passed out. I checked if he was breathing,
Wow.
Before
Yeah,
I left.
that's pretty bad.
so, yeah, but I'm gonna call him later to make sure he's okay. But, yeah, fun stuff.
Do we have like an ETA of when we're gonna do the final step?
We can actually, no, not yet. We don't have a date set for the party.
Okay.
But as soon as we get some more information, then we can definitely plan the surprise party.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll sit, chat about things in general for a little bit, and then as we leave, I'm gonna ask Gears if he can like drive me home.
Yeah, I can do that.
Then we can talk about like the actual details.
Okay. All right, so car ride, actual details.
Actual details. Okay. So we need to think about how we're going to execute this. As far as, I guess, the equipment you're going to need.
Well, I've already bought a couple extra drones,
Okay.
and I've got some. I've got the explosives already, little tiny lockbusters. I think one to the right spot, and it's over.
Okay.
Unless you have a better idea.
No, that sounds fantastic. I mean, I will probably run backup and perch up somewhere
Okay.
with like maybe a rifle
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
as like, just as a backup, maybe. But
We should probably. I'm of course going to know where you're going to be, and I want to hit her from the opposite side of what you'll be on.
yeah.
That way they can't follow the bullet's path or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. We can make sure of that, and whenever it gets closer to the time, we can figure that out a little bit more. But yeah, really it's just us waiting on Donald to get in and acclimate to their
Are we going to set up some appointments, some fake appointments? So if Donald gets in there, maybe he can have you hack into her whatever system. Maybe set up a fake appointment. That way we can have her be exactly where we want her to be. Is that the plan, or is there something else you're going to do?
Well, as soon as he gets in and starts understanding her patterns when she leaves, if he is hopefully he will become her main bodyguard. That's what we're really hoping for.
Right.
So he will be with her probably 24 hours. He will know where she goes, where she's at most of the time, and probably have access to her appointments, which I'll have access to his appointments.
Exactly.
Or her appointments. So I'll know. And if she cancels anything, if she goes anywhere.
I'm just thinking that we should have it be someplace that's not a part of her pattern. Maybe schedule her an appointment for something else where she doesn't normally go. Because this is a high-profile lady, right?
Yes.
And they're going to already have stuff in her normal places, systems set up to protect her.
Right.
If we can get her off of that grid Is
Right.
what I'm thinking.
I need to see her appointment book first.
Right.
I need to see her movements so I can kind of look at it and see where our best opportunities are, or if we need to create an opportunity.
Right. Okay. Sounds good to me.
Okay. So I'll be in contact with you. I have Alan looking over. He will be getting more information on any vehicles that she usually takes. If she's a creature of habit, she will always take the same car.
Okay.
So we'll know how to track her a little bit better. We'll get as much information that he can dig up, and he's good at what he does. So we should get a lot of information from him. The more information, the smaller the percentage of failure. That's really what it is.
Yes.
We can account for all variables that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
So I'll be
good.
in contact as soon as I know more and start getting everybody in place.
Sounds great.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Is there anything you need from me?
No, I'm pretty good to go.
Okay. Then we're good.
Good.
All right. So you drop her off at her place and head back to yours. This has given everybody a chance to catch up and know what's going on as far as being on page 1. You've had a chance to get out and spread the word without leaving too much of a data trail around. So, as far as it goes, if somebody was actually nosing around in any of your businesses, it would be pretty hard to figure things out. They would have to need a high-level decker and a magic user and somebody who might actually be up in your business. But that would require somebody knowing what's going on. So I think, personally, you guys have been, as the players who are plotting all this stuff out, and I'm not doing a damn thing, have done a really good job of keeping yourself pretty covered. So I have to give you guys a little bit of applause there for the way you're working it. I hope that your suicide drone idea works out for you. I mean, recently in our world, the Venezuelan president was trying to been assassinated by 2 drones carrying C4. They failed.
Supposedly. Right. There's some claims that he actually set it up to try to.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
to try to get sway for his
re-election.
Oh, it's against Trump. He wants to say that he's trying to say that it was Trump that did it to him, and
That's awesome.
he's trying to get people against Trump.
That's awesome. You will have to share with me that right there because I want to read it now. Anyways, so I hope you guys succeed with your little attack that you're planning and setup, because now we get an opportunity to delve deep into Jessica's life as John becomes part of her permanent entourage.
Oh, sorry.
Yay.
Make it to that Kama Sutra soon.
Oh, I've been training all my life for this moment.
To woo some 50-year-old woman.
Yeah, for the big payout.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, so we go over to Odysseus. I mean Nemo. I mean Donald. I mean, what are we calling you now?
Donald.
Donald Duque.
All right, Mr. Duque. There you are. Your email's opened up on your tiny little phone, and you're reading through it. Man, this is a good job. I mean, their starting offer is we're gonna say $62K a year for a level 3 security guard. Medical, dental, vision, necessary cyberware upgrades after 1 year. And they give a small list of possible cyberware, as well as incremental training from a listing of security corporations, which Solder Krupp is listed on there as well. But other ones, so I mean, man, there's it's a 7-tier program. You could really move up in the corporation with the skills that you have.
Oh man, it's so tempting.
I will murder your face.
If I just stay.
Yeah. If you just decide to stay, Zomora will delete you.
But
You can't threaten him.
Completely.
You can't threaten him. Oh, wait, that's right. You're reading this email, probably.
I
Nothing
have
is
the camera,
sacred.
the front-facing camera switched on, and he's like,
oh,
yeah.
that's a good deal.
"Is it?"
Where do I
Or I'll
sign?
have Alan, or you can have Alan come over and sneeze on him.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Oh, you're magic, right? Sort of.
No.
Yes, he can catch it too. Sorry to tell you, you could sneeze hard enough to send your ass into astral space.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's never fun for those people who don't know how to work it. Anyways, so you've got some paperwork, some signing to do.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm just gonna read it as best I can and sign where I know I need to sign because in the end I know it doesn't really matter because I'm not Donald Duque.
Yeah, and so basically, salary job, you're going to be doing whatever they tell you to. It doesn't tell you you're assigned to anyone in particular. It just sits there and says that you're going to be working at this company. They're going to need to do a background check on your ID as well as a drug test. So they got a couple of things they need to get out of the way. There's information in there for the drug test, a setup. You know, you hit the button, it gives you the most recent scheduling, and then you hit another button for the background check, and it'll go from there. So.
Okay. Yeah. I trust Zoe that she's built a good ID, so I'll
Shit, I was super thorough.
happily run this background check.
All right.
Good.
You hit all the stuff, and then on the background check, as you hit go, the screen changes, it modifies and says, please download this app.
Oh.
Zoe, your phone goes deet, 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 and lets you know that Donald Duquesne's phone is making connections with outside sources, including Aegis Security Corporations, something called threatometer.com, and a connection to Metrics, which is a subsidiary of Ares, like 3 companies all at one time. His phone just started doing stuff.
Okay. Okay, what did these do specifically?
Okay, so you're trying to research this as quickly as possible. Okay, got it.
Yes.
All right, John, do you hit yes or no?
You're gonna get a text message and say, stop!
So,
Roll initiative.
what am I-
Sarah,
Yeah.
John.
Wait, I have Matrix.
Yeah,
Like, initiative.
Did you hot sim in to give me that message?
Hell yeah! I'm just like,
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. You're like, I can only. I'm gonna describe this because I feel like it's appropriate. I usually like,
Yeah.
dude. All of a sudden in your head, you're bloop 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 bloop. You start examining it with your technomancer abilities. Like, oh shit. Oh, he might touch something. He might do something. So you quick panic attack.
like I'm sitting on my couch just kind of like, doing stuff, and then that happens and I start, freaking out a little bit, and then I automatically hots him in, so all cats just like playing in the living room, I pass out and she just kind of goes
She's like slump over.
meow.
Yep.
So yeah, hots him in, go no. Yeah,
Okay.
stop.
All right.
Gotta wait.
Yep.
Stop.
So I
Go.
don't download the apps
Yeah.
because Zoe
Right.
took over my phone.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Computer plus logic
Yeah.
roll. Sorry, matrix perception. So you intuition. Let's do a computer plus logic roll. You're doing perception. Matrix perception is intuition. Oh, there it is. Intuition plus computers.
Computer.
You just need 1 success, 2 successes, kind of thing.
Okay.
How many can you buy?
I can buy 2.
You're gonna roll.
1, 2.
Gonna roll
3.
because you got all those dice.
Yeah.
You're like, I got
Well,
these dice
if
for something.
I'm just doing it as a technomancer, I don't get like a ton of dice, but I do get enough. I got 3 successes.
Excellent. All right, so I'm going to run down the list. Metrics, which is a subsidiary of Ares, is going to do an in-depth background check once the fingerprint goes through. Threadometer is an app in which will pop up another window so he can put his fingerprint into it, and it will scan the fingerprint against his card and all sorts of other databases and whatnot. And the last one, Aegis Security Systems, is of course is going to come onto his phone and, if he allows it, activate the GPS so that they can track his position.
Okay, but it's not going to scan his phone for any outside, like, influence on his phone?
No, because the app is going to download a fingerprint reader program. Metrics is it works along with the fingerprint reading program to do a deeper delve into information and go into some of the the files and archives and stuff like that maybe Ares has or other companies looking for any information on this Donald Duque that you've already put out there.
Okay.
That's it's not looking for anything involving the phone. The Aegis program, on the other hand, is going to turn on, it says it's going to turn on the GPS so that it can track and know his location. And if he signs the contract says that he's allowing Aegis to know where he's at, to know where this phone is at all the time.
Okay. That's fine as long as it's just okay. So let me break this down. If it turns on the GPS and it just looks at GPS, it can't look anywhere else on the phone.
Once the program comes in, you'll be able to dig into it and see if there's any other thing it's doing. But right now, you've got the EULA that says, hey, this is just to turn on the GPS so we can know where you're at. You could probably make some fangle-dangle dice rolls, pull the program in, take it apart before it has a chance to turn on.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to risk it. But if the program's stronger and better than you, it'll come in and smack you around like a little girl and be like, ow, bam! You're nothing but a piece of wheat toast.
That's true. So I'll actually need to use my deck whenever I'm doing all these dice rolls because my deck is ridiculous with Kuma attached to it. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Because if not, if it goes bad and they're looking, if you allow it to get on there and it's looking for more than just, oh, I'm turning on the GPS kind of thing. From my knowledge, is that giving it a mark? Because I would assume no.
Oh, what? Giving the allowance to turn on the GPS? No, that's not like a mark. Mark is different. A mark is an illegal...
Right.
Right. You're basically... Okay. The only thing you're saying is, hey, you can turn on the GPS.
Okay. 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 Yeah. So I will just monitor what it's doing on his phone.
All right. So you're letting him download the app, or are you doing it?
He can do it.
All right. Bam, he hits the go button. All of a sudden, within seconds, a tiny little window appears and says, please place your thumb into the window box on your phone.
Yeah, so I'm going to message Zoe. It wants my thumbprint.
Yeah, you're fine.
No, actually, Zoe, you have his thumbprint. Did you use his thumbprint on the files, or did you put in a fake thumbprint?
No, I put his on there.
So yeah, that's... Okay, got it.
It would have overwritten, like, your Donald Duque is going to be the first one that comes up.
So if you ever use your thumb for anything, it's going to come up as a Donald Duque.
Okay.
Unless you guys...
What if my thumbprint is on file as somebody else already?
Where would it be on file as somebody else? Well, let's talk this out because we would have went over all of this stuff before.
We haven't gone over it at this point in time. Have you discussed your background a little bit with everybody?
No, I mean, I haven't told any of the other characters any of my personal background.
Okay.
But yeah, if we knew that thumbprints were going to be part of the process,
it absolutely is. Whenever you're making a 6th level sin.
Okay, then yeah, we wouldn't have used my thumbprint.
Okay, then we would have had to use a fake thumbprint.
Okay, so I'm gonna make somebody has to cough up $2,000 because that's going to be for his fake fingertips.
Let's see you.
I'll do
All
it.
right, so you have fake fingertips. You went out and bought little synthetic pads that have little sprayed on polymers that you attach to your fingers to have fake fingerprints. And those fake fingerprints have been entered into Donald Decay's information. Now, these are
Excellent.
temporary. Rain will take them off, wear and tear will take them off, and it's $2,000 per fingerprint set. So right now, you're putting on, if you're going to use, you don't have to put it on, you just need to lay the fingerprint over the pad.
So, for stuff like that, could I insert like a picture
Oh, yeah.
of it?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Then we'll do that.
Okay.
We'll use that as like a default. Whenever he uses this phone to press his thumb on there, it'll overlay a picture of that thumbprint.
All right, so she immediately does some computer magic and be like, bam, here's you a fingerprint program. They ask you for a fingerprint, push this icon.
Excellent. Yeah,
But you
I will
still
definitely
only
use-
have, we're just going to say it's $2,000, and you have only 10 fingers worth of fake fingerprints. You're going to need to, I'm assuming you got somebody who is able to do fake IDs.
Hans Grupa probably knows somebody.
So you reached out and you paid $2,000 to have fake fingertips.
Yep. Yeah,
Works.
that was Hans's last favor to me. We don't talk anymore.
Really?
No, we do.
All right.
Really?
It asks for a fake fingerprint. She suddenly throws a program together and then slides a fingerprint onto the little digital screen. It's pretty cool watching the whole shit happen on your phone without you do anything. And then it goes, dee-dee, congratulations. You have accepted the job position. Welcome aboard, Mr. Decay. This is a voice talking to you at this point in time. And it sits there and says, here's some other information. A security drone is being dispatched within the next 30 minutes to come by your current location based upon the GPS that Aegis is able to secure. This drone will allow you to upload some net sensitive information that will help you with your security position. We are so happy to have you on board. Also, a team is being dispatched within the next day to collect a necessary medical sample from you. Please be on alert as they will send you a text message and an email prior to arrival.
We already talked about you getting a small, low-income apartment.
Yep.
So I just wanted... Your face looked very
Right.
concerned.
An email suddenly
Come
pops
into my
in.
hovel.
Mr. Decay, we are with Vulcan Medical Technologies, and we have been hired to procure a urine sample from you for drug testing. We can have a crew out there today by 7:30 p.m.
A crew?
Crew.
A crew of people who do a piss test?
Crew.
Holy shit. I don't joke around.
Is this time acceptable for you? Please put your security fingerprint in the box for yes.
Yeah, I'll drag the thumbprint over into the box.
I do that.
I want
I
to.
do. No. You
So
can't,
now
'cause
the
it's on your...
So I move to, and it already moves
Yeah.
before I get to it. I'm like,
All
darn
right.
it.
It thanks you again for acknowledgement. When you signed the contract for the job, it asks for your fingerprint. By the time you've gone through reading a couple of pages and whatnot with Zoe's help, this is actually a pretty good security package. I mean, it's not a joke kind of job. There is an indicator that pops up on your phone, and it has like an Aegis Safeguard Security, 3 big fat letters, ASS, appears on your phone, fades in and out, to let you know that a drone is arriving within 15 minutes for your finish your security detailing.
Okay. Should I meet it outside?
Yes.
Or? Yeah.
Meet it outside.
Yeah. I'll go to the roof of the apartment building to meet the drone.
All right. As you head up there, it tells you about the drone's location. It also indicates that it seems to know that you're heading to the roof of your apartment building.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I love being tracked. Makes me super happy and comfortable and warm and fuzzy.
It's fine.
Does it? That is awesome. I'm so glad to know that having the big brother watch after you is such
Big sister.
big sister. All right. You get out to the roof, and there's only a small overhang. A window washer of a storm has come to this area of the... Where are you at?
The Redmonds, are you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's where my hovel is.
Oh.
I guess my apartment's in the Redmonds too.
I mean, it could be because it's low income.
Super
It was
low.
either Redmonds, you could do the northern Redmonds, maybe lower Renton. Are you human?
Yes.
Auburn would work too. Or Tacoma.
Ooh, Tacoma. I've heard good things about that side of town.
All right, Tacoma it is. So you move to the top of your apartment, you can see the river from where you're at. The Puget, right? Puget. You can see the Puget from here. And as you get up there, there's a small overhang roof. The window washer of rain is coming down. It's pretty heavy. Gives you like -3 dice to shit. So don't go doing some acrobatics unless you really feel like it. And a pearly white drone with blue lights on it comes hovering in pretty quickly. It's not a tiny drone like one of them little service drones with cameras and stuff. This guy's carrying a package. It comes up and it lands. As it gets close, it sits there and no, it won't sit there. It will say out loud. I did it again. It'll say out loud, "Donald Duque, please identify yourself." All right.
Yes,
It turns and the
I am
camera
Donald.
you say and it turns and faces in your direction, and the whole thing begins to lower. It lands onto the ground, and the box that's in the center part suddenly pops open with a small camera, a screen, and some other things, and no keyboard or anything.
I stare at it confusedly.
All right. The drone will then voice out loud, "Please remove the center box and go to a location where there is no rain."
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll grab the box and I guess go back in.
All right. You walk in.
Yeah.
As soon as you get under the overhang and into the doorway a little bit, the device sits there and says, "Thank you. Now, if you will please stand still."
I'll stand still and I guess I'll hold the box out in front of me, like looking at it.
All right, suddenly your face appears on the screen as you starts taking a couple of pictures, and it suddenly quickly turns into a digital 3D of your face. Please look left.
I look
It
left
takes pictures. Please look right.
and I look right.
Please say the following sentence. The lazy brown dog.
The lazy brown dog.
Voice confirmation identified. Please put your fingerprints onto the digital pad.
I will quickly put on my fingerprints.
Okay. Well, putting them on is a one-time deal, so you probably want to lay them on the surface and then press
Okay.
down on them so that you're not using them up. You're going to have to buy
Yes.
some more of these.
Yes, I'll lay them down and press each finger on the correct fingerprint.
I'm assuming that the contact costs you $1,500 and each set of fingerprints cost $500. So that's why the contact in the first set cost $2,000. So you're going to be gaining a contact out of this. Somebody who can make fake fingerprints.
Okay.
All right. It acknowledges and tells you, "Thank you, Mr. Decay. This information is being downloaded." Sarah, you watch as his phone explodes in information as suddenly not something called metrics gets involved, but an Ares icon comes into his phone, and then an Ares agent begins digging around in his phone for a minute, finds out all the fingerprints and whatnot that it's just collected from the email, and then immediately turns over, and the agent moves over to the box like no more than a meter away from him and begins gathering the information. You're in AR, and I'm assuming you're hidden at this point in time. I don't think you'd be kind of like just hanging out in the middle of nothing during
No,
the run.
yeah,
because this
absolutely
is
hidden.
the run. The Ares agent begins looking at the information. It then begins relaying information back and forth. The program itself, very systematic about its actions. And when I say agent, this isn't an actual person. This is an AI. Or at least
Right.
a low-end AI, like non-sapient.
Yeah.
Anyways, the agent does some work and then immediately zips back off into the matrix, into another direction to continue its work. The box then perks up. Excellent, Mr. Ducroix. Go ahead, Mr. Duque. Go ahead and place the box back into the drone. You are finished here. We have gathered your voice recognition, facial recognition, fingerprints, and you are now keyed up for the level 3 security guard access at all Aegis security facilities.
Excellent. So I'll take the box back out into the pouring rain and make sure I line it up inside the drone properly and send it on its way.
All right. As soon as you let it go and as soon as you click it in and step back, it takes off and begins flying into the rain.
All right. Whew. Whew.
You okay?
Yeah.
Need a shot?
Yeah. About to go back into corporate security.
Okay. So you're going to go back downstairs and start doing some drinking to relax, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna have some liquor for sure.
All right. Make a intuition plus perception.
Oh, sweet. Intuition plus perception. 5. That's 11. Yeah, my perception is super fly.
That's really good, though.
Target number is greater than 5?
Yes. But didn't select.
Did it not?
I guess it did.
We'll give it a try.
Woo!
Oh.
Yeah, 4
Nice.
successes.
You get back downstairs, you pour yourself a shot, you reach to pick it up, you look over at your phone, and you're like, nope, it's 6:45. As you see a text message pop up sitting there saying, crew has been dispatched to see you soon, sir. Unless you really want to take that shot now before they show up and hope the alcohol gets out of your system before a drug test.
Don't do it.
No, I'll just set it down on the counter and put a napkin over the top of it.
Okay.
Keep the flies out.
Fira stares at you strangely as she looks at it and looks to you.
We're having some guests. I have to wait until after they're gone.
She claps happily.
But they're like work guests, so we can't keep them over too long.
She'll still smile and then readjust your napkin over your drink.
And set the napkin on fire. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. About 7:20, a text message comes in, says, we have arrived at the building and are heading up to your apartment.
Oh, excellent. I'll yeah, I'm gonna like do last minute like dirty clothes out of the way and like make sure there's no crumbs or anything on the countertop.
Why is that even a thing? Why are you people so messy?
Because
why is the sixth world so messy?
It's just the way it is. No. And I will wait at the door for them. Not with the door open or anything, but ready.
Okay.
The team.
Sorry, I apologize about that momentary. I kept trying to hit the button and it would give me something other than a Hispanic person. Anyways, brown-haired, average height, white dude on the other side of your door comes walking up. His uniform is a little disheveled. He's got disheveled. He's got like a small kid on his side. He's got a clipboard and a hat. He's wearing, the spiffy corporate uniform that's just out of place. But he just looks like maybe he's tired because it's 7:30 at night, and he's got to go get some dude to pee in a cup.
Yeah.
He knocks on your door. Tut, 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 tut.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just spend a second looking out the peephole just to make sure that it's just him.
Yeah, it looks like it. Your apartment is set at an L, so you can look in both directions rather easily. But so you can't see anyone that is would be hiding, because you got a straight shot down toward the stairwell, and then you've got kind of like an angle. So unless they're on one side of the wall, pressed up, waiting for you to open the door, you know.
Okay. So yeah, I'll open the door in a, socially acceptable manner and speed. I'm not trying to draw attention to myself. I'm not a weirdo.
Super quick and give him the serial killer look.
Not super fast like I was waiting.
Yeah.
And not like super slow, creepy haunted house way. So
You should. It should be creepy haunted house way.
You open the door. The guy on the other side smiles. Hello, I'm here to find Mr. Duque.
Yeah, that's me.
Hi, my name is Raymond Houston. I'm here to collect a sample.
Come on in.
All right, yes, sir, of course. He takes a step in.
I'll I don't know, usher him through the hall. So do you just hand me the cup and then I come back with it when I'm done?
I need a sample of urine and hair and blood.
Oh. So I'll take my hand and rub it over my newly balded head and say, are mustache hairs good?
No, it needs to be cranial hair. Regulations say that if we're not able to get cranial hair, the next source would be pubic, sir.
Wait, why pubic?
Arm hair or some shit. Just wax him on a part or something.
Do you have to collect it yourself to verify the location?
No. He pulls you out a small box that looks like it has a pair of teeth on it. No, you do it yourself. I wouldn't mind helping you if you need it.
What?
Ooh.
And he smiles.
Hey. He thinks he's cute.
Yep. Alright, I'll be back. Just wait here.
And he hands you the cup.
The cup in the box with teeth.
He might need another sample.
Yeah, so I will excuse myself to the restroom and I guess try and figure out how to use the box with the teeth first.
A little button, you push it and it causes a little thing to go snip, snip, snip. So you imagine you just tuck your crap in there, push the snipper button, and then bam, you've suddenly snipped and provided a DNA sample for these people. It's not even a good DNA, it's hair DNA, which isn't a complete DNA. It's just there's very little DNA there.
Yep.
But it's the blood that's going to have DNA in it.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I will. Do you make any rolls to make sure I do the samples properly?
No.
Or are we good?
We're totally good. Yeah. There's no dice rolling here. That's a little excessive.
Yeah. I try my best to not get any on the outside of the cup.
Okay.
Or the box.
Okay. All right. So what is your plan on dealing with the blood?
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I can't fake anybody's blood.
I mean, nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
No, I guess I have to give them my blood.
You don't have to give them your blood. If you could find some way to give them fake blood, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
That would be great. Fake Donald Duque blood. Odysseus doesn't do this kind of stuff, so...
That's true.
Probably
If it
time
was-
to
if it
reach
was-
out to people who do. You're in the bathroom, shaving your pubes, peeing in a cup. You got to give this guy some blood.
Oh, check Zoe. She's in charge here. So, they need a blood sample.
Okay. Okay, so out of character.
Uh-huh.
I'm not entirely sure how we could figure this out ahead of time. Like, I mean, I guess reaching out. Yeah.
I remember reading in the portion about sins that when you make a fake level 6 sin, you actually like make arrangements with some contact, and they give you a appropriate selection of samples.
Yes.
That's part of the cost.
Yes.
They give you an appropriate selection of samples for your sin.
Okay.
Part of your sin building was designing fake blood type or a blood type similar to somebody else. And to make this work, you probably would have had to reach out to a doctor to get blood samples from somebody so that you could have those at access. And what you do next is you find a way so that you can get someone you know to provide the blood sample and not somebody they know. Sometimes corporations won't deal directly. Like, if there's some reason why the person's like, I can't give you a blood sample, but I'll have my doctor reach out and give you my blood sample from him. I only trust my doctor, or some shit like that. That happens.
Okay.
Could I have gotten the
You
blood
told
sample
them, you know,
previously?
I parted ways with my last corp really badly, and I think they're still trying to sabotage me, or something like that.
Well, so if I just had a sample beforehand, maybe I've got like a can of shaving cream that's got a little cryo refrigerator in it, and I can just pop the blood sample out of my Barbasol can, and then
So, okay. So, we would have had appropriate samples.
Sure.
There should have been a way that we could. They're probably gonna like prick your finger.
Pretty much.
So, put a little droplet in like a little overlay and put that on your finger. And then whenever they prick it and the blood comes up in a little droplet, it's like,
excellent.
yeah,
Okay,
like it's like a tiny little,
Sure.
like a little finger bubble.
yeah,
200
like finger
yen.
bubble.
Put in it. Oh, okay.
It's worth it. We're getting lots of money at the end of this.
No, yeah, it is totally. Oh, come on. Okay.
What?
Excellent.
I know, we already talked about this part. Yeah, the blood taking. Yeah, it's all good.
So I put some pubes in the box,
Yep. Slide the.
get my little finger condom
Yeah.
pricked with the
Finger condom.
blood sample on it.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I carefully urinate into a cup.
Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's somebody else's urine you're using.
Yep. I just had it like in my pants
We
to
had.
warm it up so it's at the right temperature.
Sure.
It's why it's body temperature urine.
They make those. That's weird. They make those now.
I know.
It's gross. Anyway.
All right. So you head back out to the guy with the samples. He's like, great. He pulls out a rather large needle and a piece of rubber band. All we got to do is draw out a couple of cc's of blood and we'll be good.
No.
Oh, I'm really only comfortable with my doctor taking blood.
The guy stares at you a minute. What, are you afraid of needles?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm afraid, but I had a bad experience.
What about one of those little finger pricking things?
Oh, yeah, we can finger prick. I thought that I had that in the bathroom with me. That's why I thought that.
No.
I had the
He has
little
to do the blood
finger
sample,
thing.
so
Oh,
we can.
okay. Then yeah, we can definitely do the finger prick.
All right. Well, he comes up with his little box, and he's just like, it's just a tiny little prick. It won't hurt.
Okay.
And he cups your hand
I've got my.
so gingerly.
I've got my
And
my
he
finger.
pokes your finger.
Ready.
You hold the finger out, and he's like, does it, and gets it, and blood comes up, and sucks it up, and puts it into the machine, clips it closed. Then he puts a small pressure onto it and squeezes and says, here you go, and then puts it into his container, hits the go button and whatnot. And he says, thank you, Mr. Dakar. Well, I've got all the samples I need. I'll take this back, and I'm sure your company will be reaching out to you. I don't really have any details on all that. I'm just supposed to collect samples.
Excellent. Well, make sure that gets back to, the
right people.
Yeah, the right people.
All right, it will, sir. He will take his stuff and then see himself out.
Excellent. I rush over to the kitchen to get my shot because that was super awkward.
Somewhere deep inside you, you don't feel okay knowing that part of you, even a fake part of you, is part of one of those security corporations.
Dirty security card.
My fake pee and my fake blood.
Yep.
All right. Anything else that we need to be done at this point in time, or can I start doing some fast forwarding?
I think fast forwarding is in order.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. Then Wednesday comes. You arrive at Aegis Security. Dude, man. Pristine premises. On the south side, far out of Seattle. You've gone... are you taking your motorcycle? You hiring an Uber? How do you get down there? Your own car or some other car?
I'll go down in an Uber.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll cost you about 100 yen because it's a distance of a drive.
Oh man.
That's
Wait, we could attach Duquesne's sin to the motorcycle though.
yes. Somebody still has to pay.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that.
That way you don't have to pay 100 yen both ways to work and back.
Yeah.
Zap your money. Well, you could always just use Alan's money. He's not spending any of his.
He's saving for retirement or a medical plan.
Hopefully a retired
Magical.
medical plan.
A magical medical plan.
It's going to be a bed that has magical knobs. You can fly around the world on. All right. You arrive, and this far south out of Seattle, you've gotten out of that torrential storm zone, right? That it's always hovering around it. The grass is green. The lawn is beautiful. You pull your motorcycle up. As you come in, you drive your motorcycle. Do you have AR running on your helmet to give you a heads up on speeds and stuff? In your helmet, your phone immediately notifies you. So as you've been watching his phone, this is the Aegis Safeguard Security Program. It now no longer just the GPS recognizes him in the parking lot, so it immediately sends a message to his helmet. Welcome today, sir, is your first day at work. Your attendance is required at 7:30. These are the buildings that you need to go to, and here's your current itinerary. Your parking spot has reserved for you at this location. Turn right now.
Yeah, I'll follow the directions.
TomTom comes up and leads you to a beautiful motorcycle parking spot that you pull into. There's, it doesn't have a sign on it or anything. It just says reserved, but in AR, it shows your name there that it's reserved for.
Man.
The Aegis Safeguard Security's arcology building is about 20 stories high and looks like it spans over about 15 to 20 acres worth of land. There are parks and what looks like several playgrounds, and there are people all over the place. It is beautiful here, man. There's statues out front, little babbling brook running by the sidewalk. So as you begin walking up, the TomTom lets you know where you're going. You can deviate if you want to. The arcology building here is pretty sizable.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stick to my assigned route. You know, it's my first day. I don't want to get late or get lost.
Okay. How early did you arrive?
Let's see. We're starting at 7:30, so it's always wise to get there, 10, 15 minutes early on your first day. So probably like 7:15.
Okay, 7:15. As you're approaching, in AR, a artificial intelligence or an agent or some sort of holographic woman appears and says, "Good morning, Mr. Ducat. I'm glad to see that you have arrived early, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. Please continue on to following your itinerary. I will be meeting you at your third waypoint as far as it goes for all the activities you have to do. And we like to keep with the security mentality, and waypoint is a word that we use for all of our security specialists like you. So you'll hear us every once in a while making military references and terminology. We've read through your background, and we are so excited to have you part of the team. Welcome to Aegis Safeguard Securities." And she pans to one side, and all the TomTom and everything else disappears from your helmet's point of view as you're now walking up. But without any AR, all you can hear is just her voice as you move forward.
Okay.
Since you don't have an AR device on, I'm assuming one's in your helmet, but you don't wear any glasses.
Right. No, I just got regular sunglasses.
Yeah. As you approach up to the building, glass walls on either side that have that cool, badass, rain waterfall going down it, like some sort of sand garden off to one side being attended by some old Asian-looking dude. The woman, the hologram, appears in the waterfalls, and it's pristine. Not the waterfall, but the hologram in the running water is pristine as she's walking alongside you. And she begins telling you about the day's necessary courses and what she's looking for you to do. The first one is, of course, attend a class in the morning to start getting you associated with everything that goes on here at Aegis.
Excellent. Training class.
Yes. So the first thing is to come in and actually get a chance to look at some of the locker rooms, have a walk around the building. That's going to take 2.5 hours just to walk around the building and get associated with everything. And then there's at least a 30-minute interview with a couple of other people who are going to be working with you as well as your higher-ups. And then finally, the third waypoint is around lunchtime is when you're actually going to get a chance to have a sit-down with this hologram.
Okay.
As she's going to go through, whatever else as read through the details of stuff. Gosh only knows. As you walk through the clean halls into the entranceway, people pass by and give you a smile and a wave, all of them very pleasant as they're going about their daily business. A janitor who's emptying a garbage can smiles. "Morning, Mr. Decay. Welcome to the family," he says. You feel warm and comforted and welcomed into this wonderful society.
Feel a little bit nauseous too.
It's uncomfortable that everyone knows my name.
It's like Cheers. Everybody
knows your name. And the game master shouldn't sing in the stream. All right. So you walk down the pristine hallways. You go to the first location. You're being guided by the computer. Every once in a while, she'll appear and she'll talk about an area. This is the large foyer area, so on and so forth. Here we have people come in and we have meetings with people. Aegis Safeguard Security is located in 17 different countries around the world. We have people in Africa and Asia and India. We also have several of our agents that work in low Earth orbit as we work with blah, blah, blah. Let me show you all this really cool stuff. Look over here. Here's something amazing. This is amazing too. Let's go this way. This is one of our low-end cafeterias where we can have, look at all the restaurants that are here inside the arcology. Some people don't ever have to leave the arcology because it's so amazing. Look over here. It's one of our schools. This is where some elementary kids go to school. One-on-one teacher interaction provide great opportunities for our kids to be awesome in the world. It goes on from talking about schools to libraries to fast food restaurants inside this one building. It talks about how they have corporate sponsorship through Ares as well as Aztecology, and they have some of the coolest places around. There's arcades for kids, virtual reality simulators, and for those people who are, looking to get a college education, Aegis Safeguard Securities can help them get a degree in things like computers and whatnot. Everybody wants to get a degree from ASS.
So much ass.
Oh man, yeah. This is bringing back all the memories from growing up in arcology.
Some PTSD.
And having all of this stuff all so readily available. You don't even ever have to leave.
At this point during the tour, you have found yourself, unbeknownst, near no windows, in a collection of hallways and corridors. A group of children come bursting out of a nearby door, chasing after one another, running and cheering, "I'm going to get you," as they go running. A teacher yells out, "Don't get too lost. We're heading toward playground number 5, blue corridor, blue corridor," she yells out real loud as all the kids start taking off. They haul ass just in their direct line, and as they go streaming by, the teacher says to you, "Morning, Mr. Dukas," and continues as she's orchestrating the children. They all say the same thing. Morning, morning,
Mr. Dukas.
morning, Mr. Security Man. As they go flying past, except for a kid near the end who doesn't seem to have any glasses on. He sees you, he looks at you strange, and he continues walking down the hall with the rest of the children. He seems blitzed out of it, I wouldn't say scared, but not fitting in very well. And you see yourself just a briefest moment as he goes walking down at the end of the road of children.
Oh,
Yep.
oh my. Yeah, I mean, this might be a good job, but I'm not going to be staying.
Damn straight you're not.
Oh, goodness.
The familiar voice of the AI pops in. "Mr. Dukas, this way, please." As she continues your tour, taking you to the gardens they have inside, as well as some of their hydroponic gardens and fish farm, whatever. And check it out, we grow our own food. We have our own plants, lots of soy. Soy is delicious. Eat the soy.
Soylent Green.
They have a broadcasting station where they make their own TV shows here, too, and everybody can become part of the news. Yes, this arcology, just like almost every other one, seems to be self-contained.
Yep.
This is gross.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's really unnerving to be in this kind of environment again. So I'm gonna blind her in and get to this first orientation that I have to go to.
Right. You begin heading from waypoint to waypoint, following the AI's instructions as you explore this immaculate, beautiful, well-constructed, all-consuming, all-assuming arcology. People say your name, they know what your job is, so there's no question about it. They seem all too friendly. And by the end of it, you get to a location where the AI says, "I'm done for now, and you have arrived at your class. Thanks so much for taking the time to do this. If you need, there are refreshments amongst the class. Please go in, have a seat, and enjoy." And she's left you at this really nice blue-colored door, panel off to one side, but the lights are not on in the classroom.
Oh. So I'm gonna check the time and see how early I am to this class.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah, is there like a window on the door
Yes.
that I can see into the room? Okay, and there's nobody in there.
You
It's
look
just
in,
lights are
there's
off.
chairs, a projector screen, stuff like that. Doesn't seem to be any other door in. Can you see in the dark?
No.
You know how to make that. You cup your hands over your eyes to allow them to adjust. You could try that.
Oh, I thought you just turned on the light.
Or you could do that, so it requires opening the door and going in.
Yeah, actually, I'll try the door
It's
and just see if I
locked.
can go in.
You hear a voice say,
Oh.
"Fingerprint analysis required. Place your hand on the pad, please."
Gosh.
You got this. You good.
Yeah, so I'll I have to pull out my little thumb and put the thumbprint down and
All right.
Unless I can swipe it over my phone. I don't think I can do that. No. Yep.
All right. So are you attaching them to your hands?
No, I'm just gonna put the pad down and push it on there
Push
with
it
my
on there.
thumb.
Be like, let's see if I can get. All right. It goes up. Impartial print. Recognizing. Dakar. New employee security level 3. And all of a sudden the lights in the room come on. The door unlocks. You're early. Welcome. Please come in. Have a seat.
All right, I'll sit towards the front of the class.
You walk in. Like I said, you saw a chair. There's a chair at a table
right.
at the back, and there's one desk in the middle of the room facing the projector.
That's terrifying.
Oh man. Okay, so core security knowledge. I, as a player, assume that mine is the seat in the middle of the room.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll just take that one.
It's a test.
It's a test to
Probably
see
a
which seat I
test.
choose.
Yeah.
There's a seat at the table at the back of the room. There's a desk in the center of the room. There's a camera and a projector. There are no other doors out of here, so it doesn't look like a teacher will be coming through another door. If they came through the door behind you.
Okay. And so if I sit in the middle of the room, I'll be able to see what the projector is pointed at?
Yes, which is a screen at the front of the room by a
Excellent.
board, but the screen's not down yet. It looks like it might be automated.
Okay. I'm going to investigate the desk.
All right, you begin moving toward the desk. A sensor must have detected you because the screen starts to lower. A male voice, "Welcome, Mr. Dakar."
I look around the room.
Of course, you don't have AR up, and there are no visual screens or anything. And the voice says, "Please, have a seat at the desk. We'll start our class here in just a moment. You are the only student here today, so it's just you. Level 3 security requires very minimal introductions. We expect that you have quite a bit of extensive knowledge that you'll probably be teaching us." The laugh is forced.
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'll chuckle as I pull out the chair and sit down at the desk.
All right, you sit down. The lights begin to dim. The projector kicks on, starts showing some stuff. You hear the soft click of the door behind you.
I look back.
You don't see anything different, but it did sound like an electronic security lock locking.
Okay.
The screen pops up and begins, "Welcome to Aegis Safeguard Securities. Here is some information that you're going to need to know. These are kind of situations. This is the kind of body armor we like to provide. These are the type of guns we expect you to be useful in." This thing's going to go on for the next 30 to 45 minutes. You want to do anything? Hang out? Or
Well, I assume I have to stay here for the whole class.
Uh-huh.
Because they're going to know they've locked me in here already, so...
Are you sure you're locked in? You just heard the lock. You didn't check.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I will, sit here like a good boy and listen to my class like I'm supposed to.
Can I give you a
Yeah.
suggestion?
Yeah.
Don't sit at the desk in the middle of the room. Find your best vantage point, because that's what they expect. There's a desk in the middle of the room, and then a chair over to the side, so you get the best vantage point of the room. You can still see the projector, right? There was like another seat off to the back of the room.
There's another seat at a small table.
Yeah.
Yep. I feel like it's a test.
So messages me. It's a test.
It's a test!
All right, so I actually kind of want to explore the rest of the room, see if there's anything, like unusual about any of the walls.
Okay.
You know, like look for cameras.
Perception,
Cameras all
intuition. You lose a dice because the room's dark.
Okay. Two successes.
Yes, there are 2 cameras in the room. They are positioned so that they can pretty much see the entirety of the room.
Okay.
One's above
And
the door facing in, and the other one is in the a parallel corner to see the other half of the room.
okay. And the presentation just keeps going on.
Talking about gun
Okay.
specifications, safety procedures, making sure to move bystanders out of the way of bystanders after moving necessary target out of the way. Aegis wants to, if like a shootout happens, save your target. If you can save others in the process, do so, because any life that can be saved by Aegis is a good life, this kind of stuff. They're portraying a really, wholesome, heartily, we want to save everybody from bad situations. You're noticing that most of the bad people in the video happen to be dark-skinned and orcish.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So I'm gonna move back to the desk with the other chair and see if there are any drawers or anything.
Yes.
Ooh. I'm gonna sit down at the desk and start going through the drawers.
All right. Empty until you get to the bottom drawer, in which there is an envelope.
Ooh. Is it addressed to anyone?
Yes.
Is it addressed to Donald Duquet?
Yes.
Yes. All right, I'll. Just like a standard like mailing envelope or a big Manila one.
Standard mail. No, it's probably a Manila envelope. Manila.
Okay. So I'm going to open the little tabs and flip the top open and just kind of like shake the contents out onto the desk without touching them with my hands.
All right. It is an RFID key. Basically a device like your car when you push it and the doors unlock.
Okay. That's the only thing in there? Okay. So it's just got like a couple of buttons on it?
Nope, just one.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay. So now I'll go check the door and see if it did lock behind me.
It did.
Okay. Do I just press the button or do I stop to think about it?
All right, so what you've got here is you're trapped in a room. You're supposed to be a high-end security individual. There's a film. They know where you're supposed to be sitting. You've gotten up, moved around, and you found that there is a key, an electronic key in the room. This key can probably open a maglock or something along those lines. And from a security point of view, if this is a test or something, then what? Maybe this key opens the door to get you out?
Unless it's like a like an escape room.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like the first clue.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. I'm just going to press the button.
All right. A clicking noise comes from across the room near the other security camera as a section of wall slides open.
Ooh.
The film continues to talk. You hear the voice sit there and say, at this point in time, you will have found the piece of paper underneath the desk. And here's the first question we want to ask you. Blah, blah, blah situation. Would you do A? Would you do B? Or would you do C? And so now it's like the film continues on and it's looking not for you to interact, but for you to like kind of do stuff. And,
It's prompting you, but you were there ahead of the the thing.
Okay. So I'm gonna go over to the opening in the wall.
All right.
And see what's in there.
Pushing on the door just a little bit begins to slide. Do you want to do anything in particular?
I mean, be stealthy about it.
Okay, be stealthy about it. That's what I wanted to hear. That's it. Okay, so I want you to make a intuition plus sneaky sneak.
Yes, intuition plus sneaky sneak. Do I still lose a dice because the room is dark?
No, you don't lose a dice from sneaking in the darkness.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, one success.
All right. You lean in, look into the hallway beyond this fake door, and it is dimly lit. Probably about every 20 feet or so, there is a small white bulb, like LED bulb, projecting just enough light to see. You see about 4 meters down, there's a door on the left-hand side, and then 6 meters down, there's a door on the right-hand side. And at this point in time, the hallway comes to an end. So that's all you see, these two doors. They look like security doors. They have handles on them, no windows. From what you can see, they look like they have plates on them. The plate might have a name written on it or information of some type, but that would be about it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna creep down the hallway and investigate the plate on the first door.
Okay. Plate on the first door says school.
Okay. And the plate on the other door?
Moving down back to the plate on the other door, it says office.
Okay. School office, and there's just the two doors, the one on the left and the one on the right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna try the office door.
Okay. The office door is not locked, so when you push down on the handle, it slides and starts to click. The doors begin sliding open, and you're looking into an office room of some type. Inside this room, it's designed like cubicles and stuff like that. There's some lighting. The lighting isn't really a lot. And you see people. Not real people. Cardboard cutout of people sitting at desks near windows, panned. And you notice that nearby there's a guy who looks like an aggressive individual, cardboard cutout, and he has a target on him. He is holding a hostage, and it's a cardboard cutout.
Okay. I'm gonna look around and see if there are any firearms available.
Yeah, there's a gun sitting on a nearby desk.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up to the gun.
Okay.
And I mean, just like do a glance over, to just make sure there's nothing attached to it and it's like not stuck to the table or anything.
It is loaded, and there's a clip sitting nearby. Upon examination, you see it's blanks and attached to some sort of laser device. So when you pull the trigger, the laser fires at whatever you're pointing at.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up the gun and chamber the first round.
Okay, you chamber the first round. The gun's electronic information kicks off, and the little display says that there's 9 bullets, 1 round loaded, kind of scenario. As you're looking around the room, it's still dimly lit, and you can still hear the voice of the program back down the hallway going, yap, 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 this, that, and the other. Checking your time, you've still got at least another 30 minutes of this dissertation going on. So you're like 30 minutes ahead of the game?
I'm gonna look around to see if there's a switch on the wall or anything.
Yes.
All right. I'm just gonna flip it.
All right, the lights come on. Nothing happens. Nothing changes. The cardboard
happens.
cutouts still stay in their same location.
Okay.
You see there are numbers marked on the floor, and you're currently standing on top of the number 1. 5 meters away, you see the number 2.
Okay, and it looks like it's leading down a path
Through
of
the office.
waypoints.
Yes.
Through the office. Okay. Okay. Man, I want to get this test started.
They're probably shooting points to check your accuracy.
Oh yeah, no, I know. You know, it's a scenario designed to set up how quickly I can assess who's a threat and who's a hostage, and then yeah, I get it. But where's the go button?
Probably when you pull the first trigger.
So the test starts when I fire the first shot.
Sure.
That doesn't seem right.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to keep walking around? Maybe go back to the classroom and wait the 30 minutes of listen to this guy blah blah blah?
No. So I'm gonna tuck the gun in the back of my pants and walk over to the school.
Okay. You arrive at the school door.
Okay. Is it unlocked as well?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. I'm going to the school.
Opening the school door, you see it is not a happy situation as you're looking into a hallway that is filled with lockers and doors and windows and stuff. There are kids all over the place. You can see at least 2 adults. One adult is a dark-skinned man wearing an explosive vest. And the other adult looks to be a skinny white schoolmarm who seems to be terrified as she's trying to shoo kids away. There are a lot of bystanders between you and the man with the explosive vest on.
Okay. But it's the same kind of like cardboard cutout.
Yes.
Everyone's stationary.
Yeah. Everything has an RFID tag on it for the purpose of detecting the laser shot. So when you fire the gun, they have little sensors that detect the laser hits them and then sends a signal.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll pull out the gun and I'll just take aim at the cutout of the person wearing the explosive vest. Does it activate anything?
No, nothing activates as you start to aim down the sights. Nothing changes. Did you take the extra clip or did you leave that behind?
Oh yeah, I took that.
Okay.
I'll hit the button on the clicker that I found in the desk.
Okay. Nothing. I do want to mention the gun safety is on as well.
Oh, okay, good.
You hear a voice from the back areas. Stop. The sounds from the classroom have changed. We've gone through a lot of material. If you'd like to take a break, refreshments can be brought around. Just say yes or no.
I poke my head out the school door and I shout, "No!"
Great.
Back
We'll
down
keep
the hall.
going. Remember, there's a big test at the end of this whole class. Need you to stay sharp.
Oh, great.
This is
A big test.
This is a test.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go back to the classroom and turn the light on and see if I missed anything in there, because I just want to, like, hit the fast forward button on this guy so I can go to the shooting test.
Okay. You turn the light on. There's the projector. There doesn't seem to be access to anything else. The projector is accessed from a remote location from this room. Is there anything else that you missed? No, other than an unused coffee pot that's not even set up, so, no, there's nothing.
Yeah.
You really, literally have to sit through this thing or walk down the hall and go to the office and start going through the numbers. I mean, Corporate life would do what?
You mean like if I were a corporate employee, what would I do in this situation?
Yes.
I would sit in that desk and pretend to listen to the entire presentation until they told me what to do.
And what are you going to do?
You're gonna sit down, shut up, and listen to the rest of the presentation.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna field strip this gun that I've got
Sure.
and put it back together
Sure, not a problem.
over and over again until the presentation's done.
Okay.
And I'll I don't know, I'll make it a game and see how fast I can get it back together.
All right. The president, you begin playing with this gun, you found the desk has more room to do this at than the table itself, and probably about 5 minutes into the breakdown of the gun, like you've been doing this, and the guy's been in the back yapping away about stuff. He stops talking, and a voice comes in and says, Mr. Dakar, I can see that you are no longer interested in watching the video and have went ahead and progressed down the hallway. Can you go ahead and move down toward the office? We're going to go ahead and move past some of the scenarios since you've initiated them and have flagged in our security systems, and the computer is kind of trying to figure this one out. If you can move down to the office and go ahead and go stand on number 1. Please put the gun back together and fully load and chamber around. Otherwise, we can't move this test forward.
Oh, well, my pleasure. And I'll slap everything back together, put the spring in, the slide back on, put the magazine in, and let it chamber around and head back down the hallway.
Okay. You get down to the hallway where the office is at. You walk in, and you see the number 1. And the room is still lit from when you turned the lights on earlier.
Yeah. So I will stand very directly over the 1 and like make sure that I'm right there on my cue.
All right. He says, just a moment. We're going to tell it to jump to the next. We're going to tell it to jump 2 chapters. It's not meant to do this, but right now the main chapter, chapter 1, is caught in a loop, and it looks like it's stretched out for the next 9.5 hours, and we can't have you sitting in that classroom for that long. So, not sure why it glitched out like that. We do apologize. Just a moment. We got IT on here. All right. We're going to activate chapter 3 here in just a minute. A booming voice yells out, and now you're in a situation where there is a mad bomber has gotten into a school. You are the only agent on, and you can hear it from back down the hall, and it's also in the room you're in. You need to react fast enough to figure out and actually place a well shot starting now. And you hear a timer, and a ticker, and stuff like that. And the guy's like, hang on. We wanted to move it to chapter 2, but it moved to chapter 3, but it moved to chapter 2. Just give me a second. I've got IT on the line.
Okay. I mean, do you want me to walk down to the school? I can do that one too.
And you hear a voice, oh, you were too late. The bomber has activated his vest and all the children died because of your inability to respond faster. You hear the guy's like, no, it looks like it's still stuck in a loop. Give me a second, and we're just going to move on to chapter 3. It happens again. The guy's voice, the bomber situation, the yelling. The guy starts saying, IT's on the phone. And you get this level of incompetence coming through the phone at this point in time that just is, well, disgusting. All because you didn't sit in the chair, or somebody didn't hit a button or something. What do you want to do?
Because they don't have me on set.
So I'm gonna walk down to the school door and go in and shoot the bomber the next time that comes in, because I'm not gonna let the IT fail my test for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It pops back up. How many successes can you buy, or do you want to roll?
With a firearms.
Yeah, pistol.
Semi-automatic. That's.
Do you want an analog?
8. Plus my reaction. I can buy 3 successes.
That's more than enough to hit the target square on.
Yeah.
The gun has a laser sight on it, so that gets you a bonus to your accuracy. So yeah, you've 3 successes, more than enough. Bam, you shoot him. The computer sits there and says, "Good shooting." I mean, you were even delayed, but it comes through and says, "Good shot. You have saved all these wonderful children." You notice all the children are white.
Mm.
Not a single ethnicity is represented here, other than, yeah.
Are they all human? Completely human too? No elves or
Uh,
anything? Dwarves?
there are elves and humans and maybe some dwarf children.
The pretty ones.
But no orcs or troll children.
No orcs, no trolls.
Rude.
Oh goodness.
All right, you move in. It says, "Good shooting, security agent Deka. Move on to the next test in the office, where you will be placed up against the opportunity to make quick second decisions." And so this continues on. You move into the office. Do you stick with the plan, or do you walk past it? How do you do this?
So I'm gonna vaguely follow the path, but no. I'm just gonna run through and shoot all the bad guys.
All right, the first section, it's a dude who's got a knife to a woman. It's not hard to peg him instead of the woman. And you move on to the next one. This one's a little bit sketchier this time. And it is what looks to be a young orc girl casting magic at a high corporate official.
Yeah, I guess I'm. Oh man, which one's the bad guy?
The little girl
Hired into
casting,
corporate
the little
official.
orc girl casting magic, or the corporate official? Which do you shoot?
That magic is way too
Oh.
advanced for her.
I shoot the orc girl casting
All right.
magic.
Plug. Moving on to the third and final one in this room, you come across a situation which is a hall, and there looks to be a shootout. You finally find that they have a troll working here. He's a janitor, and he has a very stupid look on his face as he's running from what looks to be a firefight. And there are other security people here as well. So you have to move down the hall and plug, like, generally Hispanic-looking individuals who have guns.
So I'm gonna run down the hallway and do a cartwheel through the group as I shoot them.
Okay. How many successes can you buy on your athletics?
This is like cake to you.
Yeah, it actually
Do a one-handed
that's 2
somersault,
4
bouncing off a wall and shooting the person in the face.
10. So I can buy 2 successes.
Awesome. Yeah, that's not a problem. It's an easy, quick little backflip as you move through these cardboard cutouts and plop a couple of shots into these racially discriminating bad guys. I know how you feel about the situation. I can pretty much tell. I understand what Nemo would be thinking about this disgusting display of our, corporate biasism. But after that, the fourth dot seems to come to an end. The fourth location of this entire test, it seems just at end at a door. Upon opening the door, you're looking into kind of like a back office of a police department. There's a weapons cage. You're walking into a cage where it seems to be a series of tables in which tech is strewn out. Beyond the cage section, you can see a hallway. There are policemen in police officer uniforms or uniform-esque security guard uniforms hanging out. They're nice khaki color with a badge and some blue stripes, and they even have blue stripes going down the side of their pants. Very security guard looking, but they have a police officer's looking shield on their chest. As you come walking in, the guy on this side who seems to be working at some of the tech tables, he's got some binoculars on. He's looking at the security, the circuitry on this device, looks up to you. Another guy standing nearby is a security guard and a teacher of some type who they're smiling. So it's like this door comes into part of their police station.
Oh.
And so they smile at you. They're like, "Welcome, congratulations on the test, Agent Deka." The teacher-looking guy, much taller, whitish-looking orc man. He's very orcish-looking in appearance, with tusks, very thin, not very broad and built like you would expect out of an orc. He smiles and it was a thick, heavy accent. You know, he's like, very, very glad. I loved the work you did. You did awesome through the test. Really sorry about those glitches. Sometimes our computer systems just they falter.
Yeah, technology, right?
Right. Yeah. Those tech heads always screwing something up. Can't ever get anything straight. Am I right?
You're right.
If you go ahead, the sergeant here will take your training pistol and dispose of it. I'll take and walk you through on to the next part where you get a chance to continue on through your introductions.
All right, sounds like a plan. So I'll turn in my firearm and then like the full extra clip that was never even loaded because I only used like 4 bullets.
So this officer's name is Kasim, and he's so glad to meet you. Everybody seems all of them already know your name. Everybody's wearing AR goggles or AR glasses of some type or contacts. They all seem to know who the hell you are.
Okay.
He hands you a uniform, which is nothing more than a jacket that goes, like, they're all wearing uniforms. You get a uniform, but you also get a jacket to go over yours. And you don't have to put this on for your security detail. They'll assign you, like, this cool suit and stuff like that. He's going to take you over to get you assigned to your sidearms, plural. He seems really excited, expressing that you get more than one of them. He says you got one for close-up personal issue, and then you have one for a little bit more longer range, as it turns out to be like a compact submachine gun that you'll be able to carry on you.
Yes. I hope it's the one that folds into a briefcase.
So that you'll be able to carry it around with you completely in disguise. And if you quit this job, you might be able to sneak it out. Who knows?
Yeah, I will.
You're already planning on stealing. This is mine.
It's already happened.
Awesome. I love it. All right. So this Kasim is shows you around, starts introducing to everybody. You know, even though if you had AR on right now, you'd see their names, which he tells you really want to get some goggles.
Yeah, I would ask him, like, are they company issue?
Yeah,
or?
you could totally he can get you a pair. Going to get you a pair of goggles, get you set up. He's going to get one of his guys to do it because if he gets tech to do it, it's going to screw up somehow.
Like they always do.
I know, right?
We'll get you some nice ones.
Yeah, but these are free.
Yeah, and they might have cameras in them.
They
Want them taking pictures of your friends'
They
faces?
totally have cameras in them.
You're not keeping those. Oops, I lost them.
All right. So he'll get you some AR glasses, and now you can see everybody's name. You can see the TomTom directions popping up. And, you finish the test early. They want you to hang out around the water cooler, eat some donuts, and talk some shit. Some of them look through your file, man, and they're talking about how in the hell do you have a 98% accuracy? Who gets that level of accuracy? Oh my goodness, look at all the busts he's done. These are the security details he's covered. They laugh, they joke, and in comparison to them and the things they've done, you're a goddamn god.
You're welcome.
I try to play it down, like just be cool about it all.
They boast about how you might be better than some of those stupid Trivid action hero movies and stuff. They're super excited. They've never met a security level 3 detail kind of person like you. And that they already know that you're going to end up being security for some of the higher ups. So, they're really excited about that. It's going to be cool. You'll get to hang out with some of the COs and stuff like that, superstar material. And that's how they talk about those people high up in the corporation, like they're goddamn superstars.
Oh.
Super amazing. And so we kind of end there, and we'll move forward after the little meet and greet to where the next part is you get to meet up with the artificial intelligence, which she's not really an artificial intelligence. She's an actual person. She comes out, meets you. Young woman, she tells you that her specialty is in computers, and that her job here is to help organize and make things run smoother. And
Excellent.
she says, and by smoother, I generally expect people to follow the guidelines. I understand that you are going to have a higher security level than most people, but when a program is laid out ahead of time and you deviate from it, you can cause glitches in my system. So for the next time a classroom is set up for you to attend, please sit through the entirety of the class so that we don't have an interruption like we did beforehand.
Get better.
Oh, well, I mean, I apologize. Yeah, thought the material was a little,
Beneath you,
your words, not mine.
she smiles. My words cost more.
Ooh.
So, I'd like to introduce you to a couple of other individuals. You and I are going to be spending a little bit of time together, and then I'm going to introduce you to Miss Van Zant sometime later this week. But in the meantime, I want you to get familiar with the staff, the building, and the course of which you're going to be working with. Miss Van Zant recently had a loss of her security. If you don't know who she is, she's a very important person. We've done the thorough, in-depth dig into your background, Mr. Dakar. We do not like to make mistakes. And so far, you look like the candidate we want to put you in the position of helping out Miss Van Zant as she goes about her daily needs for security. You'll be working with Arcadia's one of top COs, and she is a very important person. If you do anything, it is only to please her.
I'll lean back in my chair a little bit, and well, I mean, of course, I always aim to perform.
Great. We've got a few more things we need you to do this week as far as it goes preparing. We'll get you over to Arcadia on Monday. Friday, you'll get a chance to meet Ms. Van Zant, but for the rest of the day and tomorrow, there will be class sessions as well as checking out your performances, and this gives time for us to get back information on your background check.
Excellent, and I will stick to your schedule.
I appreciate that. And Angelica, right? Yeah, that's her name. So, yes, she's like an angel. Angelica will, at this point in time, you are going to get a chance for the rest of the day to indulge into the corporate lifestyle as you wander around the arcology. They have assessed your living situation, and they would really like for you to move into the arcology.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I mean, I think that's certainly something that I'll put some serious thought into.
Your current living arrangements are a security risk.
Right, I can see that. Do you need a decision now?
I would need a decision within the end of the day.
Okay, yeah, let me just think on it a little
To
bit.
give you a chance
And-
to square away your priorities. Do you have family that you need to worry about?
Oh, no.
Good, because
No,
there was
no
no
family.
family listed in your background.
Because there is none.
She smiles. Good. That is really good.
What about your little fire daughter?
They don't know about
Yeah,
her.
nobody saw her.
Except Jay when he was tripping.
Yeah, that was the drugs, though.
That
That wasn't real
wasn't
life.
real life. That was Jay just seeing weird shit.
Well, no, Alan met her. When he tracked down Nemo after the
Oh.
fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but you saw a little girl Nah, never. I don't know. Did you astral perceive into the building?
Yes,
then yeah, you
because
saw
he
him.
saw Ruby and Fira.
Yeah, that's right. You did see him. Okay.
Yeah. Ah,
And he smiled. He gave Ruby some cookies and gave
Gave Fira some
gave
cookies.
Fira some cookies and Ruby some respect.
Right.
yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna message Zoe.
Not right now. You're not.
No, okay. I'm not gonna. Well, because I have to have a decision for them by the end of the
I
day.
guess that's fine.
So.
All right. So your normal
Um,
work day goes from 7:30 in the morning till about 2:30, and 3:30, and there's at least a 30-minute lunch break. So you can do whatever you want. They're gonna get you some errands to run, some shit to do, and you're basically peddling the beginning cogs of this whole endeavor, heading toward Friday, your meetup. So you give me an idea what you want to accomplish, and then we'll go from there. If anybody else has something they want to jump in and say, hey, I think this is what he should do, or anything along those lines, let me know.
Yeah, well, really, what I would like to do is just reach out to Zoe and make sure there's not going to be any complications if I get a room at the arcology.
There shouldn't be a problem. Just don't ever connect to their Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Surprise!
Keep a burner. Keep two phones, the one they have and a burner phone.
Oh, yeah.
Every outside contact is done through.
Yeah, which they are going to give you a phone. They'll give you a phone, AR glasses, 2 guns, an armored jacket, a regular lined clothing, so in case for stabs and stuff like that. So they're going to give you some gear.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem for you to
Okay.
move into the arcology. As long as the phone that you have now doesn't ever, attach to their system,
Right.
it should be fine.
Now, you mean the Donald Decay phone?
Yes,
Or
the
my,
Donald-
my other phones?
Your Donald Decay phone.
Okay.
And then your work phone could be totally separate, because you're going to feed me information
Right.
from that phone.
Right.
Now you can, for schedules, you can download files, individual files, or just tell me what your schedule is going to be,
Right.
because that'll be a lot easier.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'll move in to the arcology.
Awesome. Do you let anybody else know? Does anybody else need to know that you're moving into the arcology or anything like that?
I mean, just me.
Yeah, no, I'll let Zoe disseminate.
Okay. All right. The rules on the arcology, as far as the room goes, anybody comes in, their ID's got to be checked as they come through the door. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can have guests, but if they stay more than 2 weeks, they have to be registered with the building systems.
Okay.
And if you run
Okay.
into any problems with the building's computer systems, just reach out to IT.
Oh, good. My favorite people.
All right. So, if you have nothing else to do, we can fast forward to Friday.
Meeting with Scansan.
Yeah, I think we can fast forward.
I think we're good. I'll about partway through the week, I will send Sunny an update about how things are going. Just kind of talk to her, call her, if she's reachable.
I don't think she's reachable at this point.
Okay, then I'll send her a small text. It'll just be this
Thumbs up.
or the okay, emoji.
Okay.
That'll be the easiest way for her to know that things are going good.
I'm going to slide back over so if you want to get in.
I mean, I'll. Closer. Sure, I'll totally give the thumbs up back.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So,
then I turn my phone off in case somebody decides to try to Use that as an invitation to talk to me while I'm working.
Well, so I know I won't be calling because I know what you're doing. Like, I know you're on Do Not Disturb, and I just, like, one text message, and your phone is on silent, and you check it whenever you need to, kind of thing, because you're in business
Business mode.
meeting.
She's down there getting
Yeah.
business and making contacts.
Getting business.
Yeah. So you don't have to turn your phone off, because nobody else is going to contact you.
Okay.
Everybody knows to come through me.
That sounds fair. I like that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. So, Alan, is there anything, because this has been at least a week, so you're just now up and mobile as John is sitting down and making himself comfortable in the arcology. Is there anything Alan wants to do as far as it goes for researching the company?
He's going to do basic research on the company, but I've actually been thinking he's going to get information go to the police and say that, he's been hired by a corporate party who believes there may be some threat to Miss Van Zant from a former bodyguard.
Uh-huh.
And he needs some information, like, what vehicles does she have? Have there been any prior attempts on her life? And, especially ones with this guy. So how did he respond? Like saying, I'm building a profile on this guy when he's actually building a profile on Miss Van Zant.
Okay.
Her resources and whatnot.
Okay. All right, so you need to get a hold and find out what her current vehicle listing is, what vehicles she has that she drives around and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like I said, he'd also want, I think it'd be reasonable to ask for, have there been any attempts on her life that especially related to this guy? 'Cause, it's important to know to be able to strategize.
Sure. Who in the police department? Which the police department are you reaching out to?
Well, where does she live, and where does she live, and where does she work?
Well, she works at Arcadia Financial Institution. Where does she live?
I meant what areas of the city.
Oh, where does she live?
What areas of the city is she? What areas of the city does she frequent? Namely, live and work in.
She works in downtown and she lives in Auburn.
I'll go downtown. It's convenient, and he's still not feeling that great.
Okay.
Because of
the downtown area is covered by Knight Errant.
Yep. Yeah, and my girlfriend's Knight Errant, I believe.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll also make this partly a social call. Apologize for, sorry I've been sick.
Right.
Yeah.
What was her name again?
Anne Valentine.
Anne Valentine. Okay. Well, Anne is completely accepting of the fact that you've been sick for a while, so she is not hindered or bothered by that, and happily, welcomes you into the police department. Finding out that you have been sick, she wants, make sure that everything's okay and that you've had a chance to rest and recuperate.
I assure her, yes. It's an unfortunate magical malady. Like, perfectly fine if you know how to perfectly manageable if you know how to do it, which I do.
Right. Okay, well, she's good. I'm so glad to hear that, she would say. And so what brings you out here? And you explain to her the whole situation with Van Zandt. and she's happy to plug away at the records and see what she can find out. Van Zant only has
And then,
one vehicle to her name, and it's a Rolls Royce. The Rolls Royce is registered because Anne can access vehicle records. She can't access records that's going to tell you where somebody lives. But the Rolls Royce is registered at an address out in the Auburn, the more suburb part of Auburn. And so she's able to get you an address of where the Rolls Royce is located at. It's a make and model on it. She's able to bring up, and since you guys are like in a relationship, she's able to, without any needed dice rolls, she's able to bring up the fact that yes, Van Zant has had situations happen 3 times to her. One time, her last vehicle, which was a Lincoln, was blown up. The time before that, her she was getting into a company vehicle, and she got shot at. There are bullet holes and stuff like that. Police showed up, did some investigating, and found a disgruntled ex-employee was involved. And the last time was a man that seemed to have no relation, who did get away, broke into her house and tried to drown her in her own pool. Luckily, her security guards were on scene and saved her. And then the security report was, they have a report on that, which Auburn is knight errant as well, if I remember correctly. No, it's Lone Star. Auburn is Lone Star. So, all that stuff is from a Lone Star file that she's able to bring up. She's going to press the issue about, now that you're feeling better, or at least feeling somewhat better, you should have told her so that she could come by and at least make sure that you're feeling well. Maybe brought you some soup or something.
And then I'll explain, between my magic doing really weird, being extremely erratic, and my tech problem, all I was able to do to keep everything semi under control without throwing technology into the mix.
She understands, but she would like to come by and help clean up your apartment. It must be a mess.
Let's see how actually I wouldn't tell her about Zoe, but I'd tell her that one of my friends had been stopping by, or another friend had called me, and I managed to answer the phone, and he helped me keep things straight.
Oh, great. Okay. Which this isn't the truth,
and
so you're trying to pass off a bluff and conning her. So charisma plus your con.
Yep, 6. And I think I'll do an edge, too.
Oh, you're edging your con roll to lie to your girlfriend about having a woman over at your house. That sounds great to me.
Yeah.
You do what you gotta do. You gotta get this done because she is your contact into Knight Errant.
And reroll 6s is when you start.
Yes, if that's what you're edging with, don't forget to add in your edge stat as well to this dice roll. Oh, amazing.
Bugger. Not D20s.
You got an 85. I don't know what that means.
1 success.
Ooh. Do you want to describe how? I mean, you succeed as far as you can tell. She believes you.
Yeah, I just sort of, and that when I'm saying that, I'm just sort of, cupping the back of her head, and then I say, also, now that I'm starting to feel better and we've gotten this situation, you've helped me. I've been able to help my client. I can start looking into your legal situation.
She goes, "Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm still really surprised that they reached out after all this time to contact me." So
And, I just let her.
she
talk.
continues to talk about all the paperwork they've sent her, how she's kind of afraid to actually meet with them. She's still been looking for a lawyer. She doesn't know how much time she has to contact back to them and stuff. So you guys have a general chat, which ends at her saying, it'd be really nice if you're feeling better, maybe we could go get some dinner or watch a movie.
The movie sounds good.
All right. So what do you, now with this new information, want to do?
Well, I make arrangements with Anne, and then I go out, text, what time is this?
It can be whatever time you want it to
lunch?
be.
It'll be close to lunch.
Sure.
And I text Zoe, asking her to meet me back at my apartment. So we can, I can pass her the information.
So we can always meet somewhere in between. Like if you want to pass off info at like a coffee shop or something.
He's still getting, he's over it, but AR is still uncomfortable. So.
Right. Okay.
And then he'll say, he'll also type, and don't worry, I disposed of the stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I will meet you at your apartment then.
All right, so fast forward. Let's disseminate some of that information.
So you get to the apartment as soon as you arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Door opens. There's a British tea service sitting on the table. And some Scottish scones. A scone has been made. It's cut.
Excellent. Clotted cream and everything?
Just butter.
Butter's fine. So, what did you find out?
She only has one vehicle, and she drives. As far as I can tell from the pattern, she either uses one personal vehicle or a company vehicle, and she only has one at a time. Her last one got blown up.
Oh darn!
Yeah.
Someone's trying to send this woman a message.
Yeah. Like, there have been 3 attempts on her life, as far as police records go. One known to be a disgruntled former employee who shot at her. One tried to drown her in her home, and one blew up a car. Someone blew up a car. But she seems to be reliant on her security, not any personal abilities.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Excellent. Okay.
Yes, I mean, she has magic. I can I can avert, but it seems to be more my type, not blowing up buses and city blocks type.
Oh, good. So, magic. What precautions should we take for that, if any?
Avoid situations where you leave anything of yourself behind with her. And that includes close personal items, as well as bodily fluids, etc., etc.
Hear that?
I can help eliminate traces at the scene.
That's right, you did.
Okay.
You paid for that expensive spell, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay, so
And our friend inside should be make sure he knows to dispose of like fingernail clippings and whatnot
okay,
out, and other things with like bodily fluid well outside her personal areas.
okay. Make friends with bleach. Send.
That's apparently it's a text message she's sending to Donald.
I don't understand these messages.
Make friends with bleach.
How
I mean,
hard
come
is that?
on. Yeah, I mean, make friends with it. Use it. Be
You can't-
molded
That's
by
more
it.
than a text message. He's no way he's.
I know. I know.
Right.
It's just
So-
staying into my brain.
What else do you guys want to do with this information about her location, the vehicles she drives, and if so, where do you want to go next as far as it goes for trying to find out more information about your target? Or do we just want to jump the gun, drive to her house, and blow it the fuck up?
Well, let's not get hasty. I have to get issued this briefcase gun first.
You'll be Plan C.
No, I just want to keep it.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
I
use
know,
it.
but you're still gonna be Plan C. Like, if
I thought Jay was playing C4.
he's Plan C4.
But that's actually Plan A.
Which is technically AKA Plan A. I'm Plan B, and if they get away from us, then it's
Plan C.
Nemo.
Yeah, if-
Nemo is like,
If I accidentally help her escape from the explosive drone and the sniper shot,
right. Whenever she's like, then you
Yeah.
just like shoot her in the face before she can
Strangling her would
finish
be better.
exhaling. Huh?
or strangling
The
her parents.
strangling her would be better. Can't trace strangle.
Can't trace the bullet if you dig it out of the head afterwards.
You don't
That
have that.
sounds like
I mean,
physics.
if you have that opportunity, then yeah. But otherwise, strangling has. You strangle him with the. Anyways, I hope you guys figure out what you're going to do as far as that goes.
Just push her down some stairs.
What's that?
I saw that on the video once.
I said I'll just push her down some stairs.
I thought that was the plan for my girlfriend.
Oh.
I'm sure Trixie will love to hear that.
She'd be mad. She'd be like, "That's so mean to say." Then punch him.
Yeah.
Tracy would be happy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your psychotic
Tracy's
car
like,
would
"Yay!"
be excited about you killing your girlfriend.
Oh, I was just killing the baby, not the girlfriend.
Wait till
No,
the car
push-
figures out
never
there's a
mind.
parasite inside your girlfriend. That's just car's got problems. Got to figure shit out. All right. I'm trying to think on what note I want to end at. There's like a couple of them that I want to end at. I think I definitely want to end at the introduction to Mist Van Zant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't want to save that. Well, maybe I should save that till next time.
Nah, can't we do like the thing where it ends with a cliffhanger, like where he gets to be in the same room and then she introduces herself and then it cuts to black or some shit?
Yeah, we can do that. That's kind of what I was going to go for.
Cool.
But
Cinematic value.
values right there. No. I know what I'm going to do. All right. I got it. So, John, it's Thursday. You're off doing things. Jay, you're chilling at the house. Maybe you're working on a project or something. Everybody's busy. I don't know. But maybe... Yeah. Yeah, this definitely happens in this manner. Okay, so I'm going to pick one of you guys randomly. We're going to use a... I don't have a D6. We're going to use a D4. So it's going to be Robin is 1, Jay is 2, Sarah, then John, 3, 4. And it's number 3, so it's Sarah. So this works out well enough.
Of course.
All right, so before your phone goes off, you realize you're about to receive a message. Your phone goes off saying you get a message. The message is from an unlisted, unknown series of numbers. It definitely does not fit what you would consider to be a normal phone number. And it is a... The message is, it says, this address, a given address, security break-in was detected at this address, and, you know, the time listed is just a few seconds ago. The address belongs to Donald Decay's slummy little apartment in, what did we determine it was in the Redmond?
Tacoma.
Slummy little apartment in Tacoma.
I'm getting an alert for breaking at my apartment.
Like, I intercept his
You have
text
no
message?
idea, but a text message alerting you, because you know, you saw his. Did you ever go to his slummy little apartment?
Did I go there?
You helped me pick it out virtually, so I don't know if you
Right.
ever actually went there
System that
physically.
would text to him. Security breaches.
Okay. Does it have it? How weird does the number actually look?
It's about 30 plus different numbers. It's like 30 digits long. It's not even related to a. It's not even related to like a regular phone number. It's more. It looks more like a just a blob of numbers.
Like a bot number?
Maybe.
Can I make a roll to see like if this is a legit thing or not?
What
Like-
kind of what are you trying to investigate to be legit for?
If it's I don't
You
know.
I mean,
Like is it
all you know is your phone's getting a security breach information.
okay?
All right, Gears, you're under the van right now doing an oil change, and your phone goes off.
Okay.
You need to lean over and look at it, and it's
Yeah.
it's the weirdest fucking number you ever seen for a phone number.
Okay.
It's a text message.
Okay.
Some address that you've never heard of has got a security breach going on.
So it's a text message that says there's a security breach at an address that I've never been
You've
to.
never seen this series of numbers. You've never seen that address. You have no idea what the hell it is. What this is all about.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to wipe my phone again.
Miss Miller takes back wrong number.
Bitch.
New phone, who dis?
Why would it text me? I'm so confused.
Somebody's going through all my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I already moved out.
Yeah, I mean, you would
I would
have already.
totally just think it's the wrong
Yeah,
number.
exactly. You have no idea. Like, whatever. Perfectly understandable for you not to know it.
So, you've already moved out, right?
She's sitting there looking at the text, going, "The
Yeah.
fuck's this?"
It's like, wait,
Like,
Donald's moved into the
Yeah, this is like
arcology.
on Friday, like early Friday.
Oh man. I totally know what's happening.
Somebody should go investigate.
Robin,
yeah. So,
you're hanging out at your place. You had a wonderful evening the night before with Anne, and so you're getting up. You're still thinking about the tunes you heard at the theater, and your phone receives a text message.
Okay, I go look at
It's the
it.
weirdest
I mean,
series
it's
of numbers that makes no sense, has no sort of correlation to a phone number, and it's a text message stating that this address had a security breach, and this was like 2 or 3 minutes ago.
first I'm gonna actually perceive this phone.
Yeah, phone's fine. Do you want to astral perceive
Okay.
over to the location? All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Zip zap, you move on your way. Sarah, do you want to do anything?
yeah, I'm gonna matrix perceive over to that area. Oh my god.
It's going to be cool. They're both going to be there, but neither of them can see each other.
Yeah.
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 All right.
And I like how everyone's getting an alert except for Donald Decay.
Because you're inside
Yeah,
an incredibly
so
secure building.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fairness cage.
Fairness cage. Yeah,
Right.
that's pretty much.
You don't have to make any dice rolls. You're
Oh.
just going to pop over there. I mean, what
Yeah.
grid do you want to get on?
Well, I have access to
All
global
right,
grid,
that's what you're on.
so
That's what you get there by. Are you via or hot sim or
Yeah.
cold sim in?
I'm gonna say cold sim.
All right. As you pop over into VR, as you're in the Matrix, you arrive and you're at the place. The security's gone off. There are no cameras in there, so you can't see in. But you can see four icons in the actual location of where the building and the room would be at, as far as you can tell. One of them seems to be a cyber terminal. The other three are phones, active phones with kind of, some of them have, like one of them has a cutesy looking icon, another one looks like the icon of a pair of dice, and the last one just looks like some sort of generic icon. Robin, you appear on scene and you take a moment to kind of move around. This area really isn't so pleasant. The background rating is about a 2. Looks like some bad crap went on here maybe a couple of months back or so. But as you've been floating around looking at everything, it takes you a moment to perceive the address in question and move into the building. And in that building, you see, in that room in question, you see 3 people, 3 women to be precise. One of the 3 women have a pretty potent looking aura about them. She might be a potentially powerful caster, or at least one that might give you a run for your money. The second woman, you notice she has a very dark spot in the middle of her chest. And the last one seems to have just a bit of dark spots in her head.
Okay, dark is usually cyberware.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. It doesn't look like Bunraku whatnot.
No, you're talking like the one with a few spots in her head. That's like maybe a data jack of some type and some pneumatic
Or
enhancements.
cyber
Or
eyes.
cyber eyes. And the one
Yeah.
with the spot, and it's a spot where her heart would be, is a black spot.
Mechanical heart?
Most likely,
Pacemaker?
a pacemaker of some type.
I know what's happening now.
Well, I don't want to get on the.
Where's Fira at? She's
Um,
probably with you, right?
yeah, she's usually
Yeah,
with
I'm
me.
pretty sure she wouldn't stayed back at the apartment for no reason. All right.
No.
I'm all alone.
Oh.
I've been abandoned.
So
I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and call Zoe because this is weird, but there's technological stuff here and whatnot.
right,
So
all right. So you pop back into your body pretty instantaneously. Zoe, there are 4 icons active. There could be some highly hidden running icons here that you're not seeing, but like I said, cyber terminal and 3 phones.
and in fact, I'm going to turn off and take the battery out of the phone I got the message from. Pull out one of the burners, the other burner phone from Generic Thug, whatever, from Generic Thug 2, and text Zoe contact and said, "This is AP. Call me via this number."
Right.
Okay.
So you see these icons. What do you want to do?
Can I? So there's obviously a cyber terminal and a couple of phones. Is there like any? Does it say any names for who they belong to?
Yeah. You got to kind of have to dig into them. You just
Okay.
Most people don't have their names blaring across.
Okay. What do I need to do to look at that? Is it a matrix perception or?
Yeah.
Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. One of the phones that seems pretty bland belongs to a woman. First name is Erica. The second phone that seems kind of a pair of dice is owned by Jessica Luciano. The third phone that seems all cutesy is owned by Linda Tisdale. And the first phone, which seems just to be bland and blank, is just owned by somebody named Erica. In other words, she didn't even put her last name on the phone or something along those lines. Might be a hacker.
Yeah. I see you, Erica.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting a text message from an unknown number. And it says... What did it say, Robin?
This is AP. Call me on this number.
Okay, I'll call Alan. Alan.
All right, Alan, your phone starts to meow at you.
This I know. I answer. Hi, I just got the weirdest message.
So did I.
And I projected to the apartment, which is way too easy. Should not project again until I'm fully over. But anyway, there were 3 women there.
Well, I see 4 phones go. Was it 4 phones?
3 phones and a cyber terminal.
Right. So I see 3 phones and a cyber terminal going over there right now. And one of them belongs to Jessica Luciano. Lucky's lady.
She was supposed to be dead, right?
Yeah.
How did she die?
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, bang, bang.
What area? I was referring to what area of the body, sorry.
Oh. I mean, it was kind of everywhere,
Torso region.
if I can remember properly.
But was the heart involved?
I mean, maybe, probably.
Because one of the women had a cyber heart.
Okay.
The other had a data jack, and the other was pretty bad, pretty potent mage. Hope I got out before I
That had to have been the girl that did the illusion on the videotape into her apartment.
Yes. That means we have lots to worry about Miss Van Zandt herself having magic. Still, precautions don't remain the same. If she isn't a maid, she has access
All right.
to them.
As you're still hanging out there, you watch the cyber terminal activate and some information start running through it. It sends out a search program. It starts doing matrix perceptions.
Oh. Okay. Well, I would be running silent, obviously. Okay, well, I'm going to call Odysseus.
All right. The matrix as you're calling Odysseus, their matrix perception comes back, and the three icons quickly begin leaving the building.
Okay.
All right. All right, Donald. You're currently sitting at your office as you've got this really awesome desk. The view of the bay is really nice. Not the Huguet, but this little river / retention pond that they've built. People kayak on it and stuff. It's like pretty majestic. And I'm assuming at this point in time you've had a chance to walk around, try on your security details. You've got a couple hours before the meet and greet, and a phone goes off inside one of your pockets, and it goes meow 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 meow. Phone call.
Oh, curses! I can't be having this thing meow at me.
Meow 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 meow.
But it's really low because you would have turned down the volume at work.
Yeah. So I pull this phone. Donald Decay.
Why is Jessica Luciano alive?
Dun dun dun. And
What?
scene.
What?
What'd you think about that? Was that good?
That was pretty good.
Awesome.
Who is your daddy? And what does he do?
Because as far as almost everybody here knows, she's dead.
Yeah.
She dead.
Why is Jessica alive? And why is she looking for you?
Some things happened.
Yeah.
and-
No. That's fine. That can be the cliffhanger. That's the cliffhanger. Why is she alive? And why is she looking for you? Dun, dun,
I mean, it's
dun.
pretty self-explanatory
You're
what
gonna
just
have to-
happened. I mean, she plus two of her, friends have
Yeah.
been hunting down.
Mhm.
Yep.
She got it bad for you, son.
Well, I mean, she should know how to find me. No, wait, she does know how to find me. That's why she's at my apartment.
Yeah, that's why she's looking for you with two of her friends.
One of them has got to be the one who found me to help get Jess when she got kidnapped. Because she was a mage
Yep.
of some ability.
Yeah. Of high ability because yeah.
Yeah. So
She did illusion
So
magic.
during that whole time after Jessica went undercover, her lawyer got strangled and mutilated. The same guy who did all that stuff came after the mage. He ain't around no more.
With that.
He broke into her
Like-
house and started monologuing about what he's going to do to her, and she obliterated him. That's one of the
Cool.
things
Nice.
about being a psychopathic killer. You should probably check to see if the person you're going to kill happens to be able to drop a fireball
Are you?
or an acid wave that will take out an entire concrete bunker or concrete slab in the bicycle you're on. Yeah. So We're going to call game here. Jessica is on the move again, antagonizing and being in the background once again, trying to cause problems.
When is it gonna be her turn, man?
When's it going to be her turn?
Later.
I told her soon.
After this. Come on.
Gosh, just be patient. I'm gonna kill your mom real fast.
Yeah. She's gonna be. You'll be free.
All right. So that might be a wonderful cliffhanger, but now we move on to the final cliffhanger before the end of the game.
Okay.
The last few minutes. It's time. You are summoned. Your your new AR goggles that I'm assuming that Zoe helped you get. These things are pretty sweet, man. You can say shade or walk into bright sunlight, they automatically glaze over. It's pretty damn hot stuff.
Oh wow.
Anyways, it pops up letting you know it's time, that the meeting hall is getting prepared and that everybody's going to be gathering together. You're told that you're going to be meeting your new, I guess, what do they call it?
Your prospective employer.
Charge.
Yeah, your charge.
I think we're going to go with that. Charge. You're going to be meeting Miss Van Zant. So you go hop on one of these like in the building kind of trolley things that zip you over to a vehicle bay. You, amongst everybody else that are there, are getting ready for like some sort of shindig, you know. You are not the only person getting ready. There are 6 other security guards with you. They're a bunch of low-end individuals like yourself, right? Like below you, not like you, but below you. And so you're the most senior-ranking member. And they ask you, hey, who should drive? You even have a dossier pop up in your view of all their rankings and stats and skills. So pretty much you end up being in charge via higher in the employment, even though this is day number 3 for you. You guys all pile into the car and start driving off as you notice that this is an actual function that Miss Van Zant is attending. And the number of people that are there well exceed the safety limits that the company, Aegis, has put out. So this is your meetup. Your first meetup is also your first job for her. You're going to provide her a little bit of security at one of her functions.
Okay.
I hope you can dance.
Oh, I can dance.
I hope you can dance too. As the van comes to a stop, it's outside of a Shriner's temple. There are a lot of cars here. There are a lot of people here as well. As you begin getting out, the security detail begins getting a feed of their information. Yours is given off as, you know, you're off to go do something else as Angelica comes into your ear. Don't worry about the rest of the security detail. I can handle from here. I'm going to put them at necessary locations. You need to get in and get to Miss Van Zant and let her know that you're here to help her. She is going to be in several large crowds, and so as a show of solidarity, we've made this your meetup point.
Okay. Thinking to myself, man, it would have been more logical for me to meet up with her before she went into the party.
Of course. You're thinking that, but do you say it?
No.
You should.
Maybe you could. I mean, what is she going to do, fire you? They need you.
Yeah, well, I mean, that classroom recording guy did say that he was sure there was a lot I could teach them.
Yes.
Yep.
No, yeah, so I'll head in and start trying to find Van Zant.
All right. You walk into the building, the rest of the security begins panning out and moving through the crowd. As you walk through, your AR goggles, which are downloaded to the Aegis Safeguard security system, begins popping up with names and information of everyone you look at. Detailed information that's a little bit too private, too. Like, who's wealthy, who's not, what kind of job do they do, who do they work for. It's a lot of information to have on someone's heads-up display. As you begin walking through the room, you see that this is a... Go ahead.
Especially since some of them taste in prostitutes.
Yeah, maybe not that much information. That might be excessive.
That's a different cell phone.
As you begin moving through, you can see that this is some sort of gathering for people to celebrate Shriners. You know how the Shriners like to support kids and help hospitals out and stuff like that? That's what this
Yeah.
is. It's support and help hospitals out and stuff like that. And so as the evening gets started, you begin moving into the crowd. Angelica begins to signal you to where the other bodyguard is at and where Miss Van Zant is located at. You move through the crowd, getting closer to him. He pops into your heads up and sits there and says, "Hey, great to have you on the team. I've read a lot of your information. It's going to be nice to work with you. My name is..."
Whatever the other guy is on.
Yeah, hang on.
That we didn't get fired.
My name is Mark. Mark the Riot.
I look forward to working with you too, Mr. the Riot.
Just call me Mark. The Riot's just a nickname. You move through the crowd as you're getting closer to them, and you come around a corner and you see this older, like 65-year-old man. He's very well built for his age, standing next to a Jessica replicate. She doesn't look any different from Jessica.
Like, not even older?
Not even older.
What the fuck?
Everything about her has a mirrored appearance. She turns, looks to you. She's got glasses on. That's like the only difference.
She
Her hair-
doesn't have more wrinkles?
Doesn't have more wrinkles.
What the fuck?
Listen.
It costs money for that. She smiles to you and she says, "Ah, my new security detail. Took you long enough to get here."
Yes, my apologies. I would have preferred to meet up before the party.
I think that would have been acceptable, but I needed to be here. I'm getting an award for helping out the children's charity. Help me find my table so we can get this started.
Yes, ma'am. And I will start scanning the tables, looking for, I assume, an AR
Of course.
name tag of where she's supposed to sit.
Of course. And you do, and so we're gonna stop there as you escort her over to a table to have a seat, and it is crazy, eerily weird how exactly like Jessica she is. Except the way she walks. She
Yeah.
doesn't walk like someone in her 20s, or she walks like an executive business. She doesn't walk like Jessica. She moves like an executive businesswoman.
Okay, cool. Well, when we get to the table, I'll pull out the chair for her to sit down at, unless there's serving people to do that.
It's better if you do it.
Yeah, it's better if I do it.
Intercept.
All right, so you intercept any
Yeah.
serving. All right, as she moves up to the table and she sees that you do that, she'll look you up and down, and not in a just like a general "what are you doing," but kind of like a slow, seductive, checking you out from top to bottom. As she pulls the seat in
Yeah.
underneath her, and she says openly and loudly enough that everyone nearby can hear, "This is going to be a fun evening."
You're gonna have to have sex with her, dusty vagina.
All right.
gosh.
Honestly, it doesn't seem like it would be that dusty at this point.
Yeah.
Probably not.
She
There's an
pays
app for that.
We are going to call game here as we come to a close, as John has made his way into, as Donald has made his ways into the inner sanctum of the job.
Donald Duque.
Donald Duque. Donald Duca. Donald Kakaka. Doody de Kaka.
Donald DeCaca.
Wow.
All right, I'd like to thank everybody who joined us in our audience and listened to our game session tonight. It was I had a lot of fun with it. It was a lot of good role playing. Since it's already past 10:30 and this is the time that we normally call it, I'm going to let you guys go. And from all of us at Original Box Set, good night.
Good night.
Good night.